good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy time zones if it's not morning for you. I hope everyone's been well. Again, hi, Sinister. I hope you've been doing well. Today we are going to continue Velvet's Romance from Plastic Trick, so I'm super excited. If I My cats are on a rampage today. They've already knocked out my camera off my desk twice. So if my model starts going funky, that's why, and I apologize in advance. I'm trying to get them to stop going on my desk, but it's not working because they're cats. I also have a cutie in chat. What a coincidence, Sinister. How crazy. um, but other than that, it should hopefully be a normal Sunday. We gotta continue. Oh, of course, of course. Good morning to you as well. I'm so excited to continue playing. I've been thinking about Plastic Trick literally all week. when...
Right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Thank you, Sinister. Not Sinister. Oh my gosh. Soft Elf for the dishonor. Yeah, when not playing Plastic Trick, because I'm saving it for stream, I've been playing Stellafire, so, like, I love the games. And I backed the most recent Kickstarter, so I just love your games. Thank you for producing such fun games. So, I appreciate entrance, Soft Elf. Always make a dramatic entrance. That's how I go. So let us continue. We're on day 4 of 10. For those who don't know, Plastic Trick is a dating sim where you can romance mannequins, and you got 2 male mannequins and a female mannequin to romance. Games by Nochi Studios, women owned and led and run and created studios and games. So I love their games. I've played almost all of them. So I'm excited to continue playing Plastic Trick because I've been having a blast with it. So let us continue. And hopefully the sound, I don't think the sound on the game is working for me, but I had issues with my headphones. So it's probably my headphones not working. Razer headphones just don't like me, apparently. I think I'm going to have to buy new headphones, which is really, really sad. So for those who don't remember, the point of this is to buy things that your love interest likes, which is what these percentages are for. The higher the percentage, the closer we get to completing their romance and, getting them to like us. We have to get them to 100% to get their, like, love. So I'm trying to get... and if anything's spelled wrong, which, like, this one is, it's a fake item and you get no points for it. But, oh, sorry, Soft Elf, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? I know you messaged me the other day about your feelings for Veilguard, but any new feelings? Are you still doing okay? I definitely had so many feelings after I finished the game. Crystal Decanter, that... I feel like it would be someone else. Belts, nah. Maybe this? I feel like everything else would be for the dudes. So let's try this. None for Velvet? God dang it. I really failed her today. Sad. Oh, there's the sound. Okay. If the sound's too loud, by the way, let me know. I did lower it because I had to raise it for Veilguard. I'm getting into my new playthrough already. It's very hard for me to stick to my decision in romances. I know. I already want to start a 3rd rook to play off stream to romance Emmerich while I romance Davrin on stream, but I'm like, Leatrice, you have other games to play. You gotta keep doing stuff. Like, I'll still get my 3rd playthrough with Emmerich, but I'm just like... But I also like Nev, so beautiful. Balara, beautiful. Tosh, beautiful. I need... Lucanus, I also want to romance him, just because... This sounds so bad. I love Spite so much. I adore Spite. So... Yeah, it's all hard. I'm starting my Emmerich romance playthrough. I'm consistently struggling to not flirt with Nev and Balara. I think you can flirt with all of them until you get to that point where you lock in the romance. But I don't want to like break up with anyone ever. So sad. So we're doing Atori's episode 2 by accident. It's okay. Atori's great as well. So if you don't see Velvet, that's why I messed up shopping. I know, but I. I'm gonna accidentally unhook my camera. Okay, can you all hear me now? Hopefully. I feel really bad. I'm sorry, guys. My light was green, and apparently OBS was trying to tell me, but OBS was not right. Fixed. Beautiful. You know what's really sad, too? I actually got a new mic. I was gifted... My mom always sends, like, her Christmas presents early to me. She bought me a new mic, and I was just too lazy to put it in before stream today. I should have done that. But next stream, I'll have a brand new mic that hopefully won't disconnect, and hopefully sounds better. So sorry. If you think I was ignoring you, I was not. Thank you, Sinister, for letting me know about my mic. I feel bad. Happy Sunday. Shit happens. All right, let us continue. And if it goes out again, please let me know. I will try to go slow too, so like you could still read the screen if needed. I appreciate you, Soft Elf. All right. Behold, the glorious tower of body sense galore. Heavens, am I dreaming again? Every scent is practically on sale. The further I venture inside, the more dangerous it's becoming. Once I grab my basket, it's all over. The last time they had a sale, the spectacular Banana Hammock Summer had been their newest release. Since then, there's so many I surely need refills on, from the Daffodil Days to the Fresh Cotton Fantasies, and oh, they even have Rustic Sunday at 30% off. Nothing primps up the day than the scent of a rustic man hoeing weeds in the garden. So I will gladly take 3 bottles of those. Oh my god. What a visual. Like, I like perfume and stuff. I never really remember to wear it, even though I own some. But, like, I don't have such visuals such as that. That's giving, like, an affair with a gardener kind of vibes. Ugh, Midnight. He's my least favorite of the romanceable characters. Maybe he gets better if you romance him. I have no desire to romance him at this time. Of course you will, goes Midnight. I sure do know what the scent of a guy does to you. Clutching the bottle tight, I meet Midnight with a look. He better say something quick. Glaring at someone this hot feels like a crime. Say what you want, but the real Serena I know actually wants 5 bottles of Rustic Sunday. 5 bottles and a bottle full of my love. Ugh, bro. That bottle's expired. Last time I checked, that bottle's expired. Eh? Since when? I thought we came to an agreement yesterday. You mean you came to your own conclusion yesterday, goes Serena. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need 6 bottles of Rustic Sunday and 1 of Smoky Woodman. Who needs that much perfume? At a time? Just, like, that's so many. The silence is enough to stir Midnight to a sigh. Okay, fine. I guess I'm going to have to take advantage of the sale, too. That's the spirit. In that case, maybe you might like some of the beachy peachy scent, too. Are we trying to sell perfume to a mannequin? He's surrounded by perfume! Just as I go to spray some on him, a small girl comes scurrying straight towards Midnight with a battered sample bottle. He manages to sway around her at the last second, yet the girl accidentally presses the nozzle down, smearing a dollop of eye cream all over his leg. I can already see the steam rising from Midnight's head. Even the little girl looks surprised for a moment as she notices the mess she's made. Then she giggles. Oops, sorry. Snickering, she scampers off with the bottle, ready to fire off again. 2 more kids join her, and they all take turns trying to slather themselves in skin serums and lip creams. Oh god, children. Midnight is speechless, but not as much as I am. Seriously, goes Midnight? This is the 2nd time today? Oh. I thought I heard your friends say that they were going to stop letting the kids touch those. Serena goes, they're trying, but if you hold still, I probably have a napkin somewhere. That's not the point, and you know it, goes Midnight. I sure do, but can we do one thing at a time, starting with this? Taking a napkin out of my bag, I lean in to wipe his leg. I'm well aware that I'm in the prime position to be pushed straight into Midnight's, so I'll have to be quick. Oh. Gah! Grody. Abra goes, God, already on your knees with him, Serena? Oh, jeez. I feel like Cece would say that shit to me. At least let him take you to dinner first. Turning my head, I almost bonk myself against Midnight's hips as I hop back onto my feet. Heavens, he better not have heard that. Abra, great sale you're having today. Indeed we do, but right now I'm on a mission. Which kid was it? For some reason I find it hard to point at a mere child, so I settle for a nudge. It was one of those? I think they've discovered the body spray sale too. Yikes, I think they've also just taken a Maple Holiday hostage. Oh no, goes Abra. Not today's pick. Honestly, we've been trying to tell the parents to keep an eye on their little buggers, but as you can tell, it's been a trying war. Please tell me you're not the only one in charge of watching over the store, goes Serena. Ha, not today with these sales. Still, we're pretty much outnumbered, goes Abra. 1 minute, we're trying to sell hand creams, then fending the 5th graders off from the regenerative serums in the next. One way or another, this job always manages to keep me on my toes. With a jaded sigh, Abra takes my napkin and wipes Midnight's leg herself before getting ready to return into the chaos. Stay safe out there on the battlefield, Serena. Here's hoping I make it out alive. Seeing Abra leave in such defeat, I can't help but turn back to Midnight. Psst, can you help? Goes Serena. Me? Help Sari. Darling, goes Midnight. I think you're forgetting that I can only properly come alive in your bedroom. Ugh! Bro! Stop! Ugh. Woof. Midnight, I'm being serious. The staff could use all the help they can get. Maybe if you tried to stand guard from the samples, that might distract them. You could even try just using your winning smile. Because that usually works on you, right? Goes Midnight. Hold it. That's a trick question, isn't it? Pursing my lips, I give him another look. Well, does that mean you'll help out? Hey, he goes. I never said anything about getting involved. Sure, it's not a walk in the park being stuck here where I could be out smoozing on a yacht. But in case you don't remember, nobody's paying me here to do anything. So you're just going to stand by and watch, goes Serena? Darling, I might play the hero on screen, but off screen is another story. Hi Lana, how are you? I hope you're doing better than last time. I'm glad, I'm happy to see you, but yeah, no, we're back with Plastic Trick. I failed, Lana. I was trying to buy more stuff for Velvet and I failed. So we're technically in a Torres episode 2, but midnight is here and I'm sad. So we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the episode goes. Serena goes, ugh, I get the feeling he's a dead end. Still, there's got to be someone else around to help. There's no way other nearby stores could lend out their employees, but what the store needs is someone with a sense of authority. Someone like... Ha ha ha. That's where he comes in. I was like, enough midnight, I need a Tori if I can't have Velvet. Hey Tori, I need your help. Normally I'd be using my indoor voice, but seeing as there's barely any customers nearby, I'm ready to give Tori a good wake-up call. I wait for Signore to return to stocking the back room before poking in Tori again. Tori, I know you can hear me. Just because I can't doesn't mean I have to say anything, goes Tori. Aw, come on, goes Serena. Is it because you think Signore will hear you? It's not so much that as I can tell you've got something on your sleeve, goes Tori. So he wants to be difficult with me again, huh? Well then, now's the time to use those innocent Brightmore charms, as my parents always say. I mean, there are different timelines, so we could lean into the flirting if we wanted to. What do we think, everyone? What if I'm only here to see you? Want to come play with me? So about that favor. Because this is a separate timeline. We're not romancing Velvet in this timeline. Lana goes, yeah, I am doing much better. 2 months ago, I found communities online that made me feel at home. Now I'm finally finding people within these communities. Yeah, I can't read. I'm so sorry. Communities that resonate with me. Feels nice to have closer company despite it being online. Hope you were able to rest. Oh, I'm glad you're having, like, access to those communities and that they've been able to help you. Lean into the flirting. I got you, Sinister. I actually got, like, no sleep last night because my cast decided to be doing parkour literally all night. I'm so surprised my downstairs neighbor didn't come to yell at me. So they kept me up. I kept going in and out of sleep because I'd wake up to them just running back and forth in the bedroom. And I couldn't kick them out because then they just scratch at the door and cry. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna lean in flirting. I think this is the most flirty option, so we'll do this. We'll do the top option. Serena goes, what if I'm only here to see you? With no pretext whatsoever, goes Tori. I just thought you'd want to see me too. When did I say I didn't want that? He goes, then what's with the attitude? Well, it's naturally because I know you're about to use me for my good graces, says Tori. And of course you're going to rub in the fact that my current situation requires your presence anyway, so inevitably I'll have to go along with your whims. I do like him too, a lot. He's amusing. Serena goes, well, you're not wrong about that, although I hope you realize that I think you make a pretty good watchdog for this store. Do you jellies tend to find that engaging in a partner? At least enlighten me, will you? What is it that you seek me for today? I need to borrow you, goes Serena. Dare I ask what for? He goes, before I explain, you need to hear me out. I can tell you're great at watching over the store and keeping the thirsty housewives who come here at bay. Tori goes, no I don't, but keep going. I just mean, you would step in if Signore ever needed a hand at managing a crowd? That would depend on the situation, goes Tori. How about if it was a child who was mismatching the scarves? He hesitates. Then we go to war. Lapras, oh, off track though. I agree. Lapras is a great Pokemon. I used to go out of my way to go get it whenever it was included in the Pokedex of that Pokemon game. I love Lapras. Anyway, sorry. ADHD moment. Also, I totally agree with Tori. Look, I am child-free. My cats are my babies and will be for the rest of my life. And I do like kids. I love my nieces and nephews, but I will full-on throw down if a child's messing up my display or whatever. I totally get it. I'm so on a Tori's side. Serena goes, hold on. You don't mean like starting a real war, right? Psst. I thought you jellies were nuanced enough to pick up on humor. Oh, Tori coming in with the jokes. Yes, of course it wouldn't be a real war. That doesn't mean I won't be inclined to use my Cryos sensors to repel them from the displays if I can. I don't have, like, figurines, unfortunately. I used to have Lapras, like, stuffed animals. My favorite Pokemon, though, is, I don't know why I'm hesitating. I'm blanking. My favorite Pokemon is Eevee. Like, the regular Eevee. Like, I do like the Eeveelutions, but Eevee itself is my favorite Pokemon. I used to have, like, a Eevee plush. I used to have a Lapras plush. They got lost in the move, but... hi CC. I'm glad I have another cutie in chat, even if it's temporary. I love you. I hope you have a good day or good morning at church. I hope your new bosses are nice, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for being here. Espeon is a really good evolution. That's not... I'm blanking on that Pokemon's name. Espeon and Umbreon will always be my favorites because of Pokemon Coliseum for GameCube. Oh my god, throwback to GameCube times. Soft Elf. I think my favorite evolution is... Personally, I really like Jolteon or Leafeon. I'd say those two are my favorite. But Espeon and Umbreon are really cool. I think their shiny versions are not pretty, though, which disappoints me. Going back to reading. Serena. Oh, now we're talking. You really might be what the Wonder Daisy needs. Tori goes, excuse me? The Wonder Daisy? Ah! Sinister, you always come in clutch and understand me. I'm so glad we both like Jolteon. Jolteon's amazing. Ugh. My gosh. I feel like whenever I hear people's favorite evolutions, it's always either like Umbreon or Espeon or Sylveon. Maybe like Glaceon throw in there, but I never hear anyone's like favorites be one of the original trio of evolutions. Yes, Spiky Boy. Exactly. I would love for Jolteon to be real, just so I can try and pet its spiky self, and hurt myself in the process. But like, it just looks so cool. Yeah, Vaporeon's great too. Flareon. Flareon's got that like Gucci like hair, fancy salon shit hair going. Flareon's like the original OG diva of the evolutions. Sylveon. I would agree. I would agree with that assessment. I love how we devolved into Pokemon. But the evolutions are great. I am glad that they did expand on them, but people forget about the trio. Alright. Tori goes, dare I ask why you aren't just consulting with the arrogant one over this? It's his abode, not mine. I did ask him, goes Serena, but he said no. Ah, figures. If you ever want to be sure that he's a jelly in spite of his form, then that should be proof enough. That said, the Wonder Daisy isn't my domain to be reigning over. Considering what I've seen of the rest of this commercial complex, I have no intention of venturing beyond the shop. You say that, goes Serena, and yet my house is apparently on your radar. I was only referring to this complex, goes Ettore. Besides, I have my own obligations here. Signore has an inventory coming up, and so he's organizing the boxes as we speak. Lua, my cat Lua is in front of my screen, knocked over my phone, is batting at the screen trying to catch my mouse. I'm like reading off of the game and also off of OBS. Serena goes, what are you doing to help him? I'm watching the store, of course, goes Ettore. Any minute now, there'll be a customer coming. I step aside as Ettore proudly looks on. There's dozens of people strolling down the shops, and yet, no one's coming this way. Pretty sure some of them don't even know this place exists. Hush. I know what you're going to say, goes Ettore. Then to spare you, could I at least borrow you for 15 minutes, goes Serena? Miss Brightmore, you're incredibly way in over your head. I love how he calls us Miss Brightmore. Serena goes, come on, Ettore. I think of the overwhelmed employees and those poor bottles of sample hand creams who've never deserved to lose their lids. Seriously, think of the children. Carrying a box, Signore innocently pokes in from between the clothing racks. Children? There's children in here, goes Signore? Ettore, did you see where the children went? If there are, then I must go bring the do not touch signs out. Oh, you're here again, my dear. More birthdays to shop for, yes? Goes Signore. I turn behind only to surprisingly find Ettore still as a statue. Backed into a corner, I greet Signore with a painful smile. Ah, yes, I've always got more birthdays to shop for. Many more birthdays. To be completely honest, though, there is something else I'm looking for here. Signore goes, have you let Ettore help you already? You can always try on any outfit you'd like on him. As always, goes Serena, great as that is to know, do you mind if I borrow him for a few minutes? I almost sense Ettore shift behind me, yet he can only move so much before Signore's gaze can catch him. Signore goes, you want to take him out? But you're such a lovely girl. Surely you must already have a nice man to keep you company. I feel so bad for Serena. Like, everyone's just like, man, you're such a shopaholic that you only want to date mannequins. And I'm like, that's kind of technically true. But, like, damn. They just, like, keep the hits coming. Wait, goes Serena, it's not for that. It's the Wonder Daisy who's asking for him. They were supposed to get another mannequin for their upcoming display, but it's stuck in shipping, so they just want to borrow another to test the display with. Oh, heavens, when did I learn to lie like this? Even Ettore must be wondering, too. I watch the Signore carefully scratches his chin, his gaze fixed more upon Ettore than me. So the store needs him for the day, yes? Goes Signore? Just for the day. At least. Signore grows grows silent once more, remaining deep in thought. So I see. I am quite a busy man today. So is that a no? Goes Serena? Psst, take him. He could use the fresh air before inventory day, goes Signore. Haha! Yes. As long as you bring him back before closing time, he can help the Wonder Daisy to his heart's content. He can? Goes Serena. Oh, thank you, Signore. The Wonder Daisy greatly appreciates your help. I must be a grinning mess as Signore can't help but chuckle back at me. All I ask is you take good care of him. If they prefer, I could take his clothes off if they need him to wear something else. No. Serena goes, the clothes can stay on. Ah, yes, of course. Very well, then. Be a good man, Ettore. Most of all, be kind to the lovely girl, will you? With one last chuckle, Signore heads to the back room, leaving me to start hauling Wonder Daisy's newest volunteer to the door. Gah, easy now, goes Ettore. Miss Brightmore, I implore you to critically think about what you're doing. For your information, goes Serena, I have been thinking about it all this time, but you know what? I do believe I'm onto an absolutely brilliant idea. Hauling my big hulking man along, I love the writing in this game. I steer past a pair of 8-year-old twins who are scoping out the lip scrubs. At once, I start searching for any set of opera. Oh, Abra, I'm back with the answer to your prayers, goes Serena. You what? At once, Abra breaks away from guarding the body spray station as soon as she spots us, her jaw drops. Serena, do we need to talk about this, goes Abra. I thought we're running short on time, goes Serena. So where should I put him? Serena, please tell me you didn't loot the next door for him. He's got a nice beach body, but where's the face? It's a little uncanny for the store, don't you think? That's the point. Finally, she snaps into a whisper. Seriously, do we need to talk about this? First, it's you and the midnight figure, and now you're with this guy? But he's not a guy. At least that's what he said before. Anyway, you've known me for how long, Abra? For a long time, though maybe not long enough. In all those years, goes Serena, how many of my marvelous ideas have worked out well for us? Surprisingly more than I want to say, but what? I have it in good faith that Ettore will give you a hand. You've named him Ettore, goes Abra? Actually, it's the shopkeeper who named him after his father. Setting him down, I let Abra take a closer look at him. Well, he's pretty brawny, and his outfit kind of matches our sales theme. Even without a face, he's way less scary than the midnight we've been cursed with. I'm sure Ettore would love to hear this. Loving to hear this. That he's better than Midnight. Though he probably he already thinks that, but still. I wonder if I should warn her against stroking too much of Ettore's ego. Between him and Midnight, it's currently hard to tell who's in first place for that. Alright, fine, goes Abra. Let's see how far this goes. You can prop him up in the back near the lip tints. They've been taking the hardest hits today thanks to the half-off discount on clearance scent store. As Abra stops to restock some bottles, I get to propping up Ettore right beside the display decked in clouds and rainbow cutouts. I can already sense Ettore's annoyance as I straighten out his suit, but joke's on him, I'm not budging. If we've only had more time, then maybe I could have found another outfit for you to better match the display. Signore doesn't make suits for clowns, he goes. Just for that, I position him a bit closer to a puffy white cloud. There we go. Now you're all set. I'll be right nearby doing my own shopping anyway, but any last questions, Serena? You do remember that my kind is intellectually superior to yours, do you not? For someone that smart, you still can't seem to answer a proper question. Goes Ettore. With Ettore ready for action, Abra claims a front row seat to watch. So, when can we expect your plan to start working? Any minute now, goes Serena. I'm sure of it. The two of us stand by as more parents get to their shopping and their kids roam freely into the labyrinth of displays. When I was a kid, I used to dream about touching every colorful thing in sight. But alas, my parents were pretty strict about me putting anything on my precious baby skin. I'm glad they cared so much then, or else I too probably would have been smearing lip creams and who knows what all over my eyelids. Just as we predicted, the display doesn't stay quiet for very long. Right on time, we spot two little girls straying from their mother to come play with it. It's the moment of truth now. The second one of them notices Ettore, they'll be racing faster than I do for a spring blitz sale. I see them running over to the display. Now they spot at the table. God, I should go stop, goes Abra. No, just keep watching. With a reluctant sigh, Abra decides to stay put. Okay, so now they're reaching for the bottles, the fuchsia one, of course. Ugh, Serena, I really should just stop them now. Shh. Just keep watching. Serena, they're running off with the bottles. They didn't even notice him. By the time I catch on, the little girls have taken out a whole chunk of rainbow. Lost for words, I shoot a look at Ettore. Faceless or not, why isn't he emanating his usual authoritarian stick he usually uses on me? Serena, goes Abra. As much as I appreciate you trying to help, I think we might need to call it a bust on this idea. Kids will probably think he's just part of the display, especially with that getup. Besides, it's not like they don't see mannequins like this in other stores. Serena goes, I really thought he'd do the trick. He's usually got a pretty menacing aura. I'm sure he does, goes Abra, but maybe not while he's protecting the clouds and rainbows. Here, let's see if we can move him. Give you a minute. Looks like we need to clean up on aisle 2. Getting the broom, Abra gives me a gloomy smile before heading off. Meanwhile, I turn my attention straight back to Ettore. Psst, what gives? What happened to the almighty god you've got inside there? Ettore goes, he's in there alright. That doesn't mean he has to do anything you say. On the contrary, it's usually the jellies who must learn to obey the more dominant species. Is that what this is about, Serena? You're still sore about me asking Signore to make you do this? Ettore falls silent, but it's too late for him to pretend he's simply a hunk of plastic. What if I'm the dominant species? He would not like that. But I kind of want to do that. I want to be saucy. I'm gonna go with that. What if I'm the dominant species? Have you ever thought about that, Serena? I have considered it before, as a matter of fact. Since waking up in this godforsaken form, I've come to observe more jelly behaviors than my kind has ever been exposed to. And so I've come to the conclusion that jellies have got to be about some of the most foolish, most spineless creatures that ever exist. Damn. Serena goes, we're that bad, huh? And that's out of all the dimensions you've been to? I kind of wonder if somebody should be broadcasting this revelation to the public. Ettore goes, if they did, I'm sure you jellies would be demanding some kind of medal for coming in last place. That does sound like something humans would do, but I promise we're not all that bad. We've got a lot of fight in us, and some of us know how to use our charms. Ettore goes, you're including yourself in that latter category, aren't you? Serena goes, I did manage to provoke a god, so that should be a safe yes. So I see, he goes. For the record, you still sometimes hardly make any sense, but I'm finally starting to make progress in decoding how that pearlescent mind of yours works. Is there really no way I could change your mind? Not even a little bit? Goes Serena. Keeping silent, Ettore looks over to the display. Without warning, a little girl clutching her glittery pink purse starts gravitating towards the last of the samples. Oh no. Here we go again. With no parents in sight, she sets out to unscrew the lids off of the bottles. She's too busy trying to mix the tints together to even notice Ettore nearby. Now I'm getting tempted to step in myself, goes Serena, but hell hath no fury than an angry mother during the middle of a summer sale. Seeing Abra and the rest of the staff still busy guarding the other sections, the itch to do something is really starting to get to me. God, how do I even stop a... Suddenly, as the girl's about to dip the blue applicator into the yellow one, she finally notices the hulking shadow beside her. Then at once, she looks up. The girl goes, hey guy, where's your face? I don't need a face to know you shouldn't be doing that, says Ettore. Oh my god! The little girl screams, ah, mommy, the mannequins are talking. I barely have a chance to see where she went as she bolts straight to the other end of the store. Ettore says, are you happy now? I almost want to say it worked too flawlessly. Sadly, I'm going to have to tell Abra that she's going to have to pull these tents off the display, but you still did a mighty good job defending the station. I'm sure it won't take much for Abra to realize that you're truly today's unsung hero. Well, if you find my work adequate, then I suppose I can remain here at my post for a little while longer. Signore did say I could stand here for the day. Serena says, it's only if you want to. Before I even finish, I notice I'm already scoping out a perfume display currently under attack. Miss Brightmore, if you could move me towards those floral scents, please. Wow, he's actually saying please and everything now. Did I just accidentally discover Ettore's true calling as a next-tier mall security? Without being told twice, I drag him over to the perfume displays as he goes silent as an actor getting ready for the camera to start. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're starting to enjoy this. Hush, Miss Brightmore. I'm concentrating. As I let the artist get to his performance, I finally take a satisfying second to toss some body scents into my basket. I'm so glad they didn't run out of rustic Sunday. There's no way I would have left the store without some. Ugh. Of course you wouldn't, goes Midnight. I try to keep my cool as Midnight snickers nearby. Of course I wouldn't. If you think I'm going to leave this place empty-handed, then you've got a lot to learn about me, goes Serena. Heh, is that a challenge? Asked Midnight. Before anything, I should let you know, though. You know you've created a monster, right? Knowing exactly what he's talking about, I look over just as several more kids have strayed over to the perfume section. One by one, all it takes is one look at Ettore for them to flee. Yeah, I know I did. I say it could have been avoidable if you just offered to help, but now I'd say he's a pretty good volunteer. Don't you think so? If you say so, goes Midnight. Just remember, you're going to be the one to have to send him back to his shop. I'll cross that bridge when we get there, says Serena. I'm not about to break my promise to Signore. But until then, can't talk right now. There's a sale going on. Alright, alright. We finished day 2 for Atoria's route. That was cute. I was surprised that Midnight didn't step in sooner or have more of a complaint. You would think he'd be like, no, don't depend on a mannequin, depend on me. But he's not that reliable. Alright, let's see. Alright, we really gotta try. I feel like perfume would be Midnight. No ties. Maybe, so a polka dot dress maybe? That's like most of my thing. Home care kit. The shopping makes me the most anxious in all of this. Wait, hold on. Let me hide this real quick. We got a message. Arena, I need your advice. I've got a date and need help with my outfit. Girl, you know I've got you. Let's go to the mall tomorrow? Oof, that might not work for me. Things are a bit crazy weird on my end, goes Serena. How about I send you pics, says Arena. I'll def give you a proper review of each outfit. Thank you. We'll send some pics tomorrow. Awesome. Oh, we can also edit. What do we have? We don't have any velvet quotes. Sad. Let's delete that. Only velvet on this screen. Okay. Save edits. Okay. Sorry. We'll continue. I'm trying to think if I should get something else. Is a paraffin pedicure even a thing? We'll try it. We'll just do that. Let's see what happens. Oh, thank God. Velvet, my girl, my deal girl. Thank you. I'm so glad we got her back. Not that I don't like Itori. I am a fan of him, but Velvet's my #1 gal. I need her in my life. Alright. Oh, will you look at that? The sun's shining from my window, the birds are singing, and the faintly floral scent of Monday's career choices live in the air. God, I can surely smell the latter more than usual this time. Oh, sorry. Before we continue, should probably try and recap what Velvet's last scene was from last Sunday. So last time we went with Velvet, we helped dress her at her store because it was inventory day. So we got to spend that time with her, which is really cool. So this would be after inventory day, but it looks like maybe a week after from what the dialogue is seeming like. But yeah, so last time we had some fun time with Velvet. We were able to dress her at her store for their inventory day, and she works at a clothing store. Alright, Serena is thinking, still, work can't possibly be as chaotic as these past few days. Has it only really been days since those 3 came barging in? Clutching the sheets, I peer out from my bed. It feels like an eternity since I've woken up to such silence, such tranquility. It's the kind you only thought you heard the day after your former roommates thrown the biggest party of the season. For some reason, that's got to be the sign of a good day. No, a perfect day. Taking in the sunshine, I spring out of bed at once. I even do a twirl as I get ready to get my skincare on, as I head for the bathroom. And that's why I see them, all 3 of them, taking over my living room. Seriously? They've decided to set up camp around my sofa with Itori as the odd man out, standing beside a coat rack. Seems like you remember that being a mannequin does have its perks sometimes. Meanwhile, Velvet is cuddled on my love seat, her plastic legs crackling as she shifts in her sleep. While sleeping like this, she really does have the half-baked face of an angel. But if only they were enough to keep me from losing my mind over the dirt clinging to her sandals. I'd spend more time in shock over her, but with Midnight sprawled across the couch, I realized the party's far from over. What is going on here? Serena yells. At once, they spring to life. Trust me, you don't want to know, says Midnight. Also, good morning. Don't you three good morning me. I thought this wasn't going to happen again, and on a Monday of all days. Don't you know that Monday mornings are sacred? I only have so much time to cleanse from the weekend's debauchery before it's focusing time. Atori goes, considering your choice of home decor, I highly question such debauchery you partake in. Unless it really is that you're counting the fact that you pair up your warm violets with your cool ones. Well, you've got a point about that, says Serena. My idea of debauchery has never included breaking into people's home and staking out their living rooms. So can you really call anything you do as debauchery? Goes Atori. Please don't do this to me. I don't want to be late as it is. In fact, I should be making coffee regardless of whether you three are going to turn my place into your clubhouse or not. And if that's a yes, you just can't touch my bedroom. Aww, goes Velvet, but I was going to ask about your wardrobe. That's still sacred ground, Velvet. It's not like I can't stop by and check your store later this week. I suppose so, but I do know what you mean about Mondays. It was always at the start of the week when I would have to go pick up the goat from Apple Mother Hendelin before she'd venture into the mountains. And I'll tell you, nobody wants to run past the troll fields on a Monday, especially with a goat. Hold on, says Midnight. There were real trolls where you're from? Well, I certainly thought so, says Velvet. Hans Troll and his family were always accusing the people in the village for stealing his goats and potatoes. Funny enough, I don't think he ever realized that I was the one taking the cilantro berries for my plaster, though now I wonder if that's what brought me here. I highly doubt stealing some Jelly's farmer's berries would warrant such consequences, goes Atori. Keep dreaming, old man, says Midnight. You just don't want it to be some silly reason so you can keep your story straight. Oh no, please don't start bickering too, says Serena. Seriously, if you can all just give me a second to get ready and... Heading to the kitchen, all I can see is the quaint country breakfast spread across my kitchen table. What is this? Breakfast. It's a jelly ritual, is it not? Says Atori. Or asks Atori. Well, it surely is, but who exactly made this? This isn't just breakfast, this is a literal feast. One by one, I look at each of them, ready to play detective. My curiosity falls upon the first two and their vaguely human identities. You must have cooked lots before, didn't you, Velvet? Ah, yes, of course. I cooked chemicals, yes, just like the ones you keep under the sink. I'm sorry, that's such a Velvet thing. I feel like, I'm not surprised she'd be like, yeah, I mess with chemicals. Goes Serena, then Midnight? Is this the part where you tell me that you're actually some culinary student in disguise? Ha! I only made the toast. Midnight boasts. Besides, when would I have time to go when I didn't even finish high school? Huh? But didn't Ikaris Weekly say that you did at the top of your senior class? If Midnight could sweat in that body of his, he'd be sweating buckets by now. Haha, yeah, well, nobody's gonna go back to one missing elective credit, am I right? I'll tell you what though, I did pass home economics and I actually do know how to cook, unlike most celebs say they do for those morning segments. Is it bad that as much as I want to believe him, I still can't? Sure, there's tons of celebs out there just ready to surprise you with their gat and mo hobbies, but Midnight and cooking the rest of his feast, really? Or am I just being too harsh? Or am I forgetting that there's one more suspect in this room who's been strangely quiet up until now? Holding my breath, I narrow my eyes at Atori. So where'd you learn to cook, Atori? More importantly, were you wearing my pink apron? I would love to see Atori in a pink apron. That would be fucking hilarious. That would be great. Ah! And Tori goes, let's not continue this interrogation. You're right, we're better not. I've seriously got to run. Still, why can't you call out? Asked Midnight. Don't you have a mall to be at too? That's why I'm saying you should call out. Tell your boss that the wild voices of the mall are calling out for you. Oh, that definitely would do a number on Shields, but not in the good way. I hate to break it to you, but I've got an office to be at, and you three have a mall to return to. So let's get to it now. To my dismay, nobody moves. Well then, I'll just take that as a head start to run. Thanks to my Prover sneakers, I've practically got wings to soar into the office on time. I've made it just in time to my cubicle, but this morning is still a blur to me. Somewhere between worrying those three would come running after me and the sheer doom of Shields catching me arriving late, my flash sale adrenaline started kicking in. Turning around, I soon spot Shields stopping two employees who just walked in. I see the panic in their eyes once Shields directs them to their office instead of the usual meeting room. Oof, that could have been me. If there's one thing Shields can't stand, it's lateness, even if just by a minute or two. Doesn't matter if I've been on time since day one, lateness is lateness in his eyes. At least there's no sign of a certain trio, so I'm guessing they must be at the mall. They sure better be at the mall. I try not to linger on that thought as I get to reviewing my tasks for the day instead. So I've got to finish Sector 5, then enter those notes here. It's not long before I find myself getting back to the rhythm of things here in the office. With Shields meeting with the other team, that leaves me with plenty of time to enter my data sheets before lunch. That is, until I hear a giggle. No. It can't be. Pushing against my seat, I stop and listen around my office. Even if it's her laugh. That's not possible, is it? There's no way too many people here... There's way too many people here for her to even try. What am I saying? The mall is her playground. This place must be even easier for her. Now I wish I didn't realize that fact. I refuse to let my fear get the best of me, so I welcome another kind of nuttiness to keep me alert for the slightest giggle or slightest glimpse of sultry plastic. Finally, I hear another one by the entrance to my cubicle. This time I'm not wasting time. So care to tell me why you aren't at the mall, Velvet? As I say that, I poke my head out into the cubicle, only to find my very confused coworker waiting for me with a donut. How long have you been standing there for, Galen? For like a minute? I thought you'd like one of the last donuts. Oh, you're too kind, says Serena. So I'm guessing that's why you were giggling just now? That wasn't me, but I am pretty excited that for once we got some before they finished the box up, says Galen. Anyway, guess I'll be letting you get back to your sector data. I'm starting mine now, too. I've just started too, says Serena. Good luck, and thanks for the sweet treat. You're welcome, Velvet. I was wondering if you bring it up, only he couldn't be further from the truth. If I was Velvet, I'd rather be thriving at the mall right now than subjecting myself to punching sector data and clinging onto the hope by a single donut. Turning around, I'm ready to lament a little more before getting back to work, but there she is, waiting for me in my chair. Aw, silly Cerie, who needs a donut when I'm here now? Ooh! Oh, for the love of... Don't you dare touch my data. Oh, for the love of... Now, I don't think you're supposed to be losing it at a place like this. You should be excited that I'm here to help. In the flesh. At least tell me how you got into the building. There's security codes, Velvet. There sure are, but wait. Were they supposed to be difficult to crack? Moments like these, says Serena, I'm convinced you're more of an android than a mannequin. Or... I could just be one very observant mannequin who happened to notice what the worker ahead of me was punching onto the keypad. I do it so often in the store, you could say it's my professional hobby now. Gah. Can I have my seat back, please? Of course, it's your throne after all. I'm just here to spectate and admire an artist at work. She steps aside in her usual bubbly fashion, then waits for me to take a seat to lean over my shoulder. Oh, so what's that? Ugh, words. So what's this sector for? I don't quite recognize the sector system, but I'm sure you know what heads turn 78 means. Or how about this tab here, the one with the blue coordinates? Are those to move the joint around? Or how about... Velvet, I'm trying to work. Besides, I don't even think what I'm doing is that interesting. It's just data entry. Ah, goes Velvet. But anybody can tell that you're using that data to make something special. I see that schematic here there. It's some kind of head, isn't it? Or a piece of one? She tilts her head trying to make out the shape. If I wasn't worried for Shields discovering us, I'd be finding this cute. Well, it is still kind of cute. I do think that it has to be some kind of head shape. Please tell me I'm right, Cerie. Am I? Honestly, you kind of are. You see, each of these numbers, those correspond to a different body part we have to design, even though it's a bit more complicated than that. I can imagine. Still, do you know what this makes you? Overworked? Asked Serena. Cerie, you're an artist, a sculptor. She can barely contain her excitement, even as I try to cautiously steer her away from my desk before she accidentally presses something. Nonetheless, the joy is practically radiating from her as she marvels and gushes at me. I don't even know where to begin to express how delightful it is to meet a sculptor again after so long. There's something exhilarating knowing that with each of these tiny little numbers on a grid, you're slowly molding, shaping, and giving this human form the precious veneration it deserves. Wait, so that's what you think I'm doing? Asked Serena. I think you're breathing life to a body of art, Serena, and what a tremendous trade you've chosen, says Velvet. I think we all know this is the option I choose. The second one right here. You sound like you know your way around bodies. So, says Serena, you sound like you know your way around bodies. Ah, I'll take that as a compliment. You seem far more versed with them than I thought as well. All the more reason why I'm convinced I chose correctly. Hehe. Wait, what did you choose? Asked Serena. Velvet giggles to herself before pushing me back to work instead. Nothing, nothing. Just know that your knowledge of bodies might prove useful with mine. I can't. I cannot believe Velvet. We're having this conversation with Velvet. Oh my god. The way she giggles again after saying that, she knows what she's done to my focus. Sari, would you please show me something else? I want you to show me what you can do. If that's what you'd want, then we'd have to be at the mall. Which reminds me, there's supposed to be a pre-autumn dream sale at the Wonder Daisy. That too would be lovely, but right now, I want to see some sculpted bodies. On one hand, that might be the first time anyone else has been this excited to see my work, but on the other hand, is this going to make me start enjoying my job with her around? Seeing that she's still waiting in bated breath for me, I settled for the quickest demo of all time. I better start praying that meeting won't be done for another few more minutes. Moving to the screen, I hovered to the last tab on the row. So if you want to see what we do with all of this code, once we filled a whole sector, we'll press this button to send it out to be tested. Oh, so where are you supposed to test it in this room? We don't do it here, says Serena. There's another lab on this floor specifically meant for testing them out. We'll then check the results, make a few changes if needed, and then it's off to work on the next sector. So do you still think it's that exciting? Oh, Velvet goes, I dream of your job. Come again? Asked Serena. Before Velvet can say anything, I suddenly hear a knock at my cubicle. I practically leak out of my seat and head to the doorway before they can come in. Who is it? Sorry, it's me again, goes Galen. I just want to let you know that Shields might be giving us some new sheets to look over shortly for next week's data set. Oh, it's just a prep for next week? Asked Serena. Galen says he wants to keep us on our toes as usual. I just thought you might like the heads up before he sends them out without a warning. And you know he's going to do this how? Asked Serena. I might have conveniently overheard something when they went to get more coffee. Anyway, I'm just looking out for you if I can, goes Galen. I notice him waiting for something, yet as the awkward silence grows between us, I just offer him a nod and a smile. If only knew I had a data-loving mannequin demanding my attention right now. Well, thanks for the help, Galen. I'll be sure to keep an eye out now, all thanks to you. I wait till he's gone to go check on Velvet. Once I hear the keyboard click, however, I realize that I'm way too late. Velvet? What did you just press? Turning around, she greets me with a playful tilt of her head before flashing a blue screen. Sector 78 seems to be ready for testing, and Sector 89. Oh, do you think 92 looks just about ready with a few more coordinates? Serena yells, you sent those to the testing room? Am I dreaming? How am I going to even explain? I can sense my adrenaline coming back at full force, but it takes a minute for it to realize that we're definitely not in line for a Peach Pit launch. If I was, then I wouldn't be on the verge of losing my mind right now. Earth to Serena, goes Velvet. I thought those coordinates were just about done, so wouldn't you like to see your progress first before you complete it? Well, that's the problem. They won't work if the whole set isn't complete. With that, we have ads starting any second now, so I am going to BRB to take a break. Please use this time to stretch, drink water, grab a snack. If you can't stay for the 3-minute break, no worries. If you can, I'm excited to see you again. I hope you all stay healthy, stay safe, and I will be back in a couple minutes.
Remember to stay hydrated.
Thank you for your patience. Welcome back. I hope ads were great if you saw ads. I had used the restroom and then I forgot to feed the cats, and that's why I'm a little bit over time. Thank you, Sinister, for the hydrate. I did take sippies before coming back, but I will take extra sippies. I'll give you the double hydrate, so let me take those. All right. The game likes to disappear when I don't play it for too long, so let's me click back in. And there we go. It's back. Velvet says, oh, so does that mean that... Yes, those ones are totally useless, says Serena. Ah, so I see, says Velvet. So does that matter if I input the data using friendly codes? Friendly codes? What are even friendly? Looking at the screen, I see my answer flashing back in blue. Commit to a complete testing on sample 122AB. Heavens, now I've got to worry about whether we've just created Frankenstein again. Watching between me and the screen, I can tell that Velvet's starting to finally get it. Did I really submit for the wrong test droid? I swear I thought I had committed those coordinates to sample 132AB since those were complete. Oh, I see now. Ah, well, what is there to do now? I approximately have less than 5 minutes to stop anybody from discovering this abomination, says Serena. I beg to differ on the abomination part, but do we really just have 5 minutes? 4 if we're lucky. I'm going to have to move like there's only one pencil skirt left at the Ann Paradiso annual winter blitz off. So better wish me luck. Hey, I'm coming too. Don't think I don't know that you're going to need an extra hand with this, or limbs. If only I could have imagined a pair of large eyes trying to bamboozle me right now, says Serena, or thought Serena. But since here I am, now I'm down to 3 minutes. Fine, you're going to have to keep up with me. You'd be surprised how far I can go in these heels. Oh, as long as I'm in your arms, goes Velvet. You just go as fast as you'd like. With Velvet slipping into my grasp, I managed to put that adrenaline to good use to zip us out of that cubicle together. Much to my relief, everyone else in my team is busy entering away at their data to notice me flying by with an Amazonian model of a mannequin in my arms straight for the testing room. Thankfully, the testing room is just up ahead, and at least the meeting is also still going on. Otherwise, I'll be... Wait, what is it with me and getting ahead of myself today? Why can't I have this kind of ESP anywhere else but here? Oh heavens, not now. No. To my horror, Shields comes walking right out of the meeting room door. From the glass windows, I spot several other team members finally noticing our pink intruder, but none are as bewildered as my boss. Yo, just imagine walking around with a mannequin at work. Not just walking around with a mannequin, you are carrying a mannequin at work. The level of embarrassment right there, I can't even imagine. They said she'd increase my love potential? Relax, she's a sculptor, I promise. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say to this. I'm gonna try the work-related one because I feel like it's harassment if I say it increases my love potential. I can tell that Shields expect me to come to a stop, but with the fight or flight setting in, my heels keep clapping against the floor. Relax, she's a sculptor, I promise. I'm not playing games, Brightmore, says Shields. Now what the hell are you doing with that mannequin? Bring your Saturday debauchery to a Monday, you know the rules. Velvet suddenly interrupts me with a whisper. Oh, it sounds like your boss does know you well. Only because most of my weekend spending hinges on weekday performance. I'm seriously hoping this doesn't cut into my annual raise. Well, I, for one, don't want you losing that either. Otherwise, I'd miss you too much at the mall, goes Velvet. That's true, I'd miss the mall too. Oh? And what about me? Asks Velvet. I'm slowly realizing how easily I have her hiked up in my arms as she fights back to the urge to flinch while there's eyes on hers. Now, if only we were running through some place other than this Hall of Doom. If we make it through today, then... Brightmore, now! Says Shields. Coming to a halt, I set Velvet against the wall away from the spectators. Where are you even going with that thing? I know, right? The frickin' drama with this, Lana. I should have popcorn for this shit. Serena goes, I want to say something, anything, but I can't help but listen for the soft pattering of footsteps heading down the hall. Please, please, please tell me she knows that it's the first door ahead. I can't believe my entire career is hinging upon a mannequin reprogramming a limb. So, you really have nothing else to say, Brightmore? Asked Shields. At least tell me that this doesn't have anything to do with Psychosynthetics launching their own skin patent. Wait, is this is what he thinks I'm really up to? Flirting with the enemy? I'm about to defend myself when I hear someone ahead into the testing room. My prayers have been answered. Actually, could I get back to you after your meeting? I need to make sure that this data gets, before you can send anything, I'm already rushing for the door. Heading to the testing room, I get ready to join Velvet when I see the neon eldritch horror convulsing on the counter. Oh heavens, it's worse than I thought. I was thinking so too. It sort of reminds me of those gargoyle demons that the nuns used to warn us about in the village. Unless, maybe they really were able to see into the future, asked Velvet. If they did, then did they leave any instructions on how to wrangle these things? Other than if we had holy sky water, we might be out of luck, says Velvet. Unless your office has some here? She's about to look around when the abomination starts trying to squirm its way to the edge of the counter, but it's not fast enough for her. Ah! Be gone! Serena, what do these buttons do on the screen? Carefully rush over to read the data results. Gah, even the data recognizes this is a corrupted test, but there still should be something that should shut it down. What about my friendly codes I added? Asked Velvet. Let me see. I move over to the keyboard while Velvet tries to hold the limb still before it starts roaming the lab. Meanwhile, I keep running through my coordinates, searching for all of the misplaced ones. Friendly codes. Where could those friendly codes be? Oh, I see them. Perfect, says Velvet. Remove the last clause. Whoa, no. No, you don't want to do that, Mr. Lim. I could look up from my work, but I know the horror that awaits me, even if I know Velvet's got a hold on it. One by one, I start changing the botched coordinates before sending the data over to the nervous system. Come on, just a little more. At least turn that thing off before Shield starts coming in for a second inquisition. Almost there, Suri. I think Mr. Lim is planning a mutiny if I didn't know better. Just a little bit more. It's supposed to be sending the data now. Finally, I bring myself to look over at the counter. Despite Velvet's vice grip on it, nothing can quell the sight of a skinless limb giving its last flails before the nervous system brings it to an eerie slumber. The two of us look at each other, unsure of whether to be relieved or horrified. Whew. I think it's off now. I think I'm having second thoughts about calling this sculpting. So what changed your mind? Asked Serena. Velvet gives a weak chuckle before turning to me. I'm really sorry about this, Serena. I honestly didn't think that this would happen, says Velvet. I just, With a heartfelt sigh, Velvet takes in screens, wires, and synthetic limbs around us. I just want what you have. I've always wanted it. Seeing you get to put these skills you've learned into action all on your own, you really do have a chance to create something. Well, goes Serena, I still have to answer to somebody else, someone who's probably not too thrilled with me right now. Ah, says Velvet, but hopefully they realize that no matter if they try to replace you, there's only one Serena who shines the brightest. Aww, she's so cute. I thought I had something like this once upon a time in a village so long ago. I remember having to keep my tools in a sack under my bed and waiting until after chores were done to head over to work. And I also did answer to someone else. You did? Asked Serena. Who? It doesn't matter. All I know is that I should keep this hope close to my heart, and perhaps maybe I will get my wish someday. Velvet's wish. And here I thought it was simply to become human again. But the act of becoming human is so much more than that. Finally, someone opens the door. Shields doesn't even wait to knock before storming inside, leaving me less than a second to reset the limb on the counter. But no time at all to hide Velvet. There you are, Brightmore. Tell me that mannequin isn't here, says Shields. Well... Knowing that I'm cornered, I start motioning behind me to him. As you can tell, I just wanted some company while I was testing sample 122AB. I made sure to put her out of the way. Okay, very funny, Brightmore. Now's not the time to start telling me about your imaginary friends, too. My what? Goes Serena. Surprised, I turned around expecting to find Velvet, but she's nowhere to be found. Heavens tell me she didn't just poof herself out of existence. I hold on to my shock even as Shields taps their foot at me, demanding answers. You're testing me today, Brightmore. You really are. Couldn't we just pretend that I was trying to keep you on your toes? Asked Serena. And what of the mannequin? Asked Shields. I'm hoping that she's waiting for me at home. What you do at home is your business, I suppose, but here in the office, I hope you remember the rules. And no more, visitors. He gives one last look at the back corner before heading off. Now that the coast is clear, I get to searching for Velvet when the screen wears up again. Oh no. Other people are starting to send their sectors for testing. I have no choice but to retreat back to my desk. The meeting's since ended, so everyone is congregating in the break room. Even Shield seems to be enjoying a cup of coffee and cracking what I'm sure he thinks is a smile among the others. I'm sure I'll join them in a second, but first... Heading back into my cubicle, I get ready to find Velvet there waiting for me. Instead, I find a note at my desk. Sorry for the chaos, so can I make it up to you? I might need more lessons on data, but I can make you a work of art that's worthwhile. At the bottom of the note is a tiny doodle of me with hearts and bubbles. Aww! I find myself smiling as I turn the note over, only to find one last message. There's more where that came from once you come home. Much love, Velvet. That was cute. Albeit chaotic. Oh my gosh. Oh, Velvet's so sweet and interesting. I really love that she has more to her than fashion and art as well. Like, the fact to hear that she has, like, hopes and dreams is so nice. I love, like, I mean, we all know how I feel about Midnight. He has his own insecurities that he needs to work through. And I'm sure I'll play his route probably off screen just to, like, learn more about him. But, like, I don't know. I feel like all these characters are so dynamic in interesting ways. And I just love this game so much. We have no new messages, so we'll just go ahead and proceed. Let's see. We'll do the dress class. Do you think the tech innovation tour would work? Because, like, Velvet seems to be interested in our work. I'll do that. I'll do tech innovation. And what do we think? Maybe the overalls? I'm trying to think. I'll do the overalls too. Alright, what do we think? Haha! More Velvet! Thank goodness. I wonder how many episodes each person has, because there's so many days, I guess, to reach certain episodes, and you can do multiple timelines at a time. Though I would assume you can't do every timeline in 10 days. I think. I'll have to see. We'll find, I mean, we're gonna find out together. Arriving at the mall on this sweet, balming morning, I'm already in my perfect element. An early morning, an empty parking lot, and the scent of peachy admirer looming in the air, courtesy of one of my newest favorite Wonder Daisy sprays. It's all sure to get me in the mood today. In the Peach Pit mood, that is. For weeks, I've been patiently watching the fruit salad ads, scouring early release reviews till dawn, and setting my alarms for this fateful day. Because today, I'm finally getting the newest model in the series, the coveted Peach Pit, 11? I'm so bad at Roman numerals. Hold on. I think... Hold on. I'm trying to Google. I was right, 11. I feel proud of myself. I'm so bad at Roman numerals for whatever reason. So the fact that I got that first try, I'm super proud of myself. And this time, I'm definitely getting myself a pink one. I don't care what I have to do to get a Peach Pit 11 in pleasureful pink, but it's going to be in my hands by the time I walk out of the store. This not-so-pink Peach Pit 10 has done its dutiful service, but now it's finally time to bring back some blush back into my life. And that's why, slipping out of my car, I've got my cat suit on beneath my coat and my roomiest Stucci bag ready with my credit card, a flashlight, and a spool of heavy-duty yarn. We're going feline. As with any Peach Pit launch, there's sure to be a line starting soon. I'm most surprised that there isn't one out there already, but security has expressed their fair share of annoyance in the past for the early birds. So to spare them the pain of watching me haunt the mall doors and keep me on track towards Operation Pleasureful Pink, I must follow the path taken by the great master shoppers before me, and the stray cats that lurk the mall by night. Thank goodness for those cats, otherwise I never would have really paid attention to the other employees' backways. I keep my flashlight close to me while checking the blueprints. I download off some password-protected PDF site for who knows what. Luckily, or unluckily for me, Sunset Pines Mall 123 would have been my first choice for a password before reminding myself that I'm better than this. So let's see. The Peach Pit store is right next to the Cotty Cotton, so that would put me... Oh! So I should be going the right way. With a delicate spring to my step, I keep venturing through the hallways. I only have so much time before the real employees will start using these halls to get to work on time. I don't know what I'd do if I managed to run into a Peach Pit employee while trying to crawl my way in. I think I'd just shrivel up in embarrassment. As much as I hate to admit it, the thought keeps nagging at me. The last thing I want to be is blacklisted for all of Belvedia and eternity. Ugh, that'd be the worst thing before a lace-up boot bonanza. Taking no chances, I decided to take myself up a notch, at least until I approach the first side door I can find. As long as I stay hidden in the shadows, I'll be fine. After what feels like hours, I finally see a door up ahead. Okay, now's my chance. With my guard up and my heels ready for action, I make my swift dash down the last of this hallway. As soon as I open the door, the light comes pouring in as I bask in the victory. Well, will you look at that? I've made it inside. And just as I planned, it looks like I'm the first one at the... Hold on. Who is that? I stop in my tracks, unable to believe what I'm seeing. There's a woman bundled up in a white coat already waiting nearby. She's just far enough away from the store to avoid being caught, but sure enough, she's first in line. What? Why is she? How did she? Unless she... Gah, all this work and I'm going to be second in line? Okay, second still isn't so bad. This is nothing compared to when I almost slipped through the first launch, but still. So I try to slowly slink my way closer to the store. I can't help but study her a little. She doesn't exactly look like she took the backwoods like I did, so then how did she get inside? Could she be an employee? Or an employee's sister? Friend? Wife? I might let this all go if I at least get a little hint. With no other choice, I find a spot just a few steps away from her. At least from here, I'll be able to properly get in line once the coast is clear. While I could very well instead be hyping up about my new phone or taking selfies in this catsuit before it's time to save it for Halloween, I keep finding myself looking over at her. She's wearing that coat, which I'm pretty sure is from St. Cascada, just a few stores up. And the sunglasses, aren't they also from St. Cascada? Oh, wait, no, they're from Anne Pardiso from their Mirage Resort collection. As soon as that thought comes to mind, I can't help but look at her a little differently. Huh, that hat is also from Anne Pardiso. Something seems fishy, and for once it's not coming from the fountain. In that case, let me try something. Feeling spicy, I turn to the woman with a smile. Well, we established that they're not really only wearing cotton. Oh, it could just be a way to enter the conversation, because I feel like it's so rude being like, so what's it like being first? That's such, like, to me, like a rude thing to ask someone. So I guess we'll do this one, the sale question. It's almost cute seeing Velvet trying so hard to keep her disguise up. I can't resist toying with her, even if just a little, but how? My gaze glazes down the line until a certain forbidden idea crosses my mind. Wait, is Cotton having a sale? At once, Velvet flinches, but she's quick to catch herself. Nonetheless, she tries to go along with it in a soft falsetto. Oh, are they really? I don't see a sign. I think it's supposed to be a flash sale? Oh, goes the mystery girl. Right, flash sales. I almost wanted to smile when she squirms. Thank heavens I know it's her for sure, though. Otherwise, I'd be trying to mess with some rando before landing a one-way ticket to Blacklist City. Goes Velvet. So will you be checking out the Cotty Cotton later? I sure will be. Who knows, if the sale's that good, I might end up spending most of my day there. Oh? Asked Velvet. So will you have time to visit other shops too? This is so cute. As of right now, it's tough to tell. I usually like going section by section, then doing 2 rounds of the discount sections. Oh, I see then, goes Velvet. She sounds nervous. Honestly, she even looks nervous. I suppose this means my plan's working, but it's almost looking like it's working too well. Well, what about Anne Pardiso? Asked Velvet. Don't you want to visit there too? That depends, goes Serena. Do they also have a sale going on? They sure might, but I can think of a few other things waiting for you there. Ah, now there's the Velvet I know, says Serena. Gah, be nice to me. It's not easy trying to pretend like we don't know each other. And here I am surprised that you're clearly been scheming harder than I have. Is this your first time doing this? What? Being out and about? Asked Velvet. And also the disguise? Well, that's all necessary for the plan. For weeks I've been hearing the Ann Perdicio crew talking about the launch, and then I began seeing the signs every time I would sneak out of your place. Hi, Kiri. How are you? Yes, this is the Mannequin dating sim, and this is Velvet, who I am dying to fall in love with and get a glossy kiss with. So, how this dating sim works is, there are 10 days, and you actually, you play a character called Serena who lives the shop. Her shopping habits are what determine what love scenes you get. And each love scene is like from a different timeline. So I've been trying to stick with Velvet's timeline, but sometimes I mess up and I get Atore's timeline. So like in another world, I'm like romancing Attore, but our main love is Velvet. I love her so much. She's an artist who loves fashion. She used to sculpt. And one day she wants to be human again and follow her dreams. And she's precious. I love her. I want to marry her. And it's great. It's great. So right now we're in her 4th love scene. I know, she's so cute. We're in our 4th romantic scene. And so right now we're waiting outside a store in the mall because our character Serena is trying to get a new phone in pink specifically, which speaks to my soul because I love pink things. But yeah, it's so good. But anyway, how are you, Kiri? How are you doing? I hope you've been well. Your last stream was awesome. Like, seeing you finish Veilguard and stuff, so like, so much. Oh, good. I'm glad you're good. And it's good to see you as well. It's been a good morning. So Velvet then goes, and then I noticed they're releasing the new Peach Pits, which is the phone, in Pleasureful Pink. Now tell me, what kind of girl would I be if I didn't get myself one in pink of all colors? Hold up though. Velvet, what are you gonna do with a phone? You the only human you talk to is Serena. I love how Serena doesn't question it at all. She just goes, that's what I've been saying all this time. See, you always get me, Serena, says Velvet. You're not wrong, Kiri. You're not wrong. I just wonder how a mannequin will be able to, 1, buy a phone, and 2, have the money for it. Cause like, but then again, as someone who's partially dead inside, if I worked at a mall and I saw a mannequin come up to me, I'd just be like, you got money? Cool, whatever. Take a phone. Like, I'm not gonna question it. Out of all the events I've wanted to venture to in this mall, I want to try this one first. Besides, it seems like the spectacle of the year, isn't it? It usually is, says Serena, but that could also make it the most risky to go to. Wouldn't something weird happen if you got caught? You know, says Velvet, I've never really given it much thought. I assumed there was, but then again, who knows how many times Lennox has probably seen me swerving about on my display and never said anything. Maybe the only real risk is sending someone into madness, although that wouldn't be so different from my old village. For as adventurous Velvet can be, she seems slightly more reserved today. You must really want that phone, don't you? Asked Serena. Not just that, but I would love to play around and see what the software can do. According to the pamphlet someone left at Ann Paradiso, it's supposed to be twice as fast as the Peach Pit 10 and enhanced Bluetooth technology. I wonder if this means I should pick up some of those cute wing headphones while I'm at it. You mean the new Cupid Pits? You know how much those are, right? Wait a minute, do you even have any money? Asked Serena. What do you mean? Of course I do. To my horror, she pulls out a block of paper bills from her coat pocket. Oh, it's worse than I thought. Were you expecting me to be broke? Asked Velvet. Velvet, where did you get those? Oh, I just used the computer in the back room to download the photo and print them out. Shh, not so loud, goes Serena. Quick, put them back in your pocket. We'll have to find some place to get rid of them too. Huh? But how am I supposed to pay for my phone then? You can't with printed money, that's for sure. I know computers have made our lives easier in some ways in this century, but unfortunately not this easy. If that were the case, then we'd all be trillionaires by now. Ah, so there's still a monarchy who regulates today's currencies. I see now, says Velvet. And I'll explain more later once you come over to pick up your phone. Oh? You... what? Shocked, Velvet almost peeks at me from her oversized sunglasses. The hollow grooves for her eyes flex softly as I try to play it cool. Sari, what are you saying? You know what I mean, says Serena. For some reason, Velvet's growing excitement is bringing something shy out of me. Let's be honest, I'm not used to being this shy. But just look at her, so innocently excited for her first peach pit. She almost reminds me of myself back when I could finally afford to get one, when all those terrifying evening shifts at the Apple Kids Couture had finally amounted to something. Now seeing Velvet get that chance, how can I not help her? Lost of words, Velvet simply puts a hand to her chest. Sari, I don't know how to begin to thank you, but I can't accept it. Huh? Why not? Asked Serena. Well, it's just that I thought I could try getting one. I know it'd be nice if you could, but I'm telling you now that play money isn't going to work. I suppose so, says Velvet. As thankful as she's still seeing, some of the initial shyness left her plastic expression. My poor Velvet. She just wants to be independent, and she can't be because she's trapped in her mannequin body. I love her so much. Oh, my poor baby. Nonetheless, she tries to stay excited. Well, I guess it really does make sense for you to get it. I hope the launch goes smoothly, though it would have been fun to actually be here when it starts. But you did say that we'll see each other again later, so that means the world to me. With her excitement returning, Velvet starts buttoning her coat and fixing her hat. Now then, good luck, Sari. Maybe we can get matching cases then? Ooh, maybe we could even decorate our own. Before Velvet can take another step, another shopper makes their way over to us. To our horrors, the both of us glance over at the mall entrance. Oh heavens, there are already people line up. And once I move beside Velvet, as a sprawling line is now beginning to form past the main fountain. I turn to her, but she's completely frozen. Something tells me that she's realized that playing human during a Peach Pit launch is like being tossed into the darkness without a flashlight. With more people joining line, some of them are slowly trying to find a way to worm into the front. They always think I don't know what they're really doing by pretending to go up to see if the store still isn't open yet. Those are rookie tactics, and they're hardly ever worked on days like these. To my annoyance, however, a couple of them still try after pulling up to the front of the line. Oh, they really still haven't opened? Goes the line cutter. Don't these places usually start letting people in even earlier? Pouting, they mutter amongst themselves while watching me from the corner of their eyes, waiting for the first chance they get to cut in. Suddenly, one of them points over to Velvet, and the whispering starts all over again. Hey, what's up with her? Why'd she bring that thing? Or is she supposed to be part of the display? She probably just brought her as a line filler, or she might be a freak. Who knows? You know what? That's rude, okay? Sometimes a girl just needs her emotional support mannequin, right? I'm right. Sometimes we just need that a little emotional support, and most places don't allow animals. So you know what? A mannequin is the next best thing. I just thought it was her date. So, a freak. I can't say I'm surprised they were going to notice. Velvet's get-up isn't exactly screaming, I am a normal person, although maybe she could have passed for a time traveler. I can hear them snickering nearby, even with the chatter amongst the crowd. Still, I stay close to Velvet, especially when one of them approaches me. Hey you, what's with the mannequin? Asks the line cutter. You know what? I'm gonna lean into the full freak. Because, like, why not? She said she wanted a taste of freedom, says Serena. What do you mean, she said? She's just a mannequin. So, mannequins have feelings too, said Serena. I know society isn't the most empathetic at the moment, but you don't have to take it out on the mannequins either. Usually I'd ask for some, but I don't even want to know what you're on to be thinking that, says the line cutter. The only thing I'm on is 6 waiting lists for the new Clove Forest collection at the Wonder Daisy, so you're out of luck there. Besides, the only thing you need is a dose of sympathy or something plastic to buzz that frown away, whichever one you can get your hands on first. At that moment, Velvet almost falls into me. I quickly spring into action and steady her against me only to hear a faint giggle. Meanwhile, a certain line cutter doesn't seem too pleased by my cheekiness. You know, you're weird, right? What a thing to say to someone in public. And a stranger, no less. I've been told that before. Yes, says Serena. And you still choose to be weird? Asked the line cutter. I wouldn't even be surprised by what else you even do with that mannequin. Alright, don't get getting ideas, line cutter. If comparing phones and talking about wearing matching miniskirts is that weird, then I might as well embrace it. So if you enjoyed our little show, maybe you ought to stay for the next one too. Well, we sure won't, says the line cutter. Come on, let's go. God, what a weirdo. Hope you all have a lovely day too, says Serena. Who knows if they'll still have phones once you finally get inside anyway. Gah, people. I'm beginning to understand, says Velvet. Keeping her voice low, Velvet watches as the staff soon arrives to start prepping the store. Some of them are also beginning to redirect people to a second line near the other end of the fountain. Now it's starting to feel real. They've got to be opening any minute now. As soon as they do, you just wait here, alright? I sure will, Cerie. We don't have to wait long before the staff finally unlock Peach Pit's doors. The moment those doors click open, the next minute is a fever dream. Ah, wait here, Velvet. Before I can even finish, I'm the first inside to revel at the Peach Pit 11 in all its glory. At first display, it's already there waiting for me in its transparent throne. This is a true dream come true. This is everything I could have possibly wanted and more, and it's finally going to be in pleasureful pink. And best of all, even Velvet gets to experience this one-of-a-kind magic. With that, I get to make the purchase of my saturating dreams and fantasies and my wallet's nightmares. As the first customer in, I'm the first one out with my fresh peachy tote bag and a victorious grin on my face. I can't wait to see the look on Velvet's face when she sees her new phone. Though I guess she'll cheer with a happy face instead. I get to the line, but there's no Velvet in sight. Speaking of which, where is she? Velvet? Where are you? Not sure where to start. I settled for heading down the line into the fountain. By now, the rest of the mall is open with plenty of other lease lines touting new launches and promos of their own. Heavens, please don't tell me that she's decided to do even more shopping. At least she could have waited for me. I keep trying to search for her past the line, but once I've reached the end, I dread the thought of having to go from store to store. Unless she went back to Paradiso? It should also be open by now. As I start making my way to the escalators, I catch a glimpse of a blonde in a white coat from behind as she heads down for the hallway. Wait a minute, is that... No, it can't be. She's just got to be back at her store. Otherwise, I'm going to be one of those people who keeps seeing someone everywhere until... In a split second, I shuffle my way down those stairs. My heels can't get me there fast enough as I try to catch up to her. Hey, Velvet, I got your phone. At last she stops and turns around. See, I also got yours in pleasureful pink. Even as I show her the bag, she almost seems hesitant to approach me. Oh, Cerie, thank you so much, says Velvet. I'm really glad you were able to get one. What's wrong? Asked Serena. I thought you were going to wait for me. I was, but... how do I put this? I will always treasure this phone thanks to you, but... In another life, I wonder what it would have felt being able to go through those doors and hand them real bills or a card and have them give me that bag. So she was out there waiting for more than just a phone. Seeing all those people in line, even the ones who were late, might still have their chance to go inside. Meanwhile, I had to go inside to get you what you wanted, said Serena. Even humans sometimes have a hard time accepting that type of thing. I appreciate you even giving me a chance to see a world beyond my store's doors, Cerie. Maybe even too much that now I'm afraid of being too spoiled. You're not spoiled, Velvet. Believe me, I would know what being spoiled really means. Oh, but I don't think you are either, said Velvet. You're just good at being a princess. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. But okay, thank you, Velvet. Why am I feeling hot all of a sudden? Taking her box, I watch her eagerly begin to look over it. It's such a beautiful phone. This has to be the best gift I've ever gotten in all my lifetimes. Funny, I was thinking the same thing, said Serena. At once, Velvet rushes towards me for a hug. Pulling me close, her plastic arms wound as far as they can around my back. Oh, her body might be rigid, but she's surprisingly warm. Cerie, you're the best and the brightest. We fall silent, yet our embrace seems to say more than enough when neither of us want to let go. She holds me as if she doesn't want this moment to end. Sure, it's been a while since I've spent time with someone, but what is it about her that suddenly got me thinking in pastels and bubbles? And that infectious laugh? Is there anybody else who even sounds as pleasant as she does? The longer we stay like this, the further my imagination starts to wander. We're so close right now. Is this all because she wants to try for a kiss? Somewhere deep in my heart, I know that's not the answer. But if it's not, then what more could either of us want? Even as we part, not once do Velvet's lips graze mine. Is it bad that I kind of wish they did? Ah, sorry about that, says Velvet. I didn't think the atmosphere would get so sweet and warm just now, but I'm glad it did. I feel like I understand a whole lot more now. Oh? Asked Serena. About what? Well, I think I'm starting to realize why you're the... At the same time she takes a step, all of the sprinklers start going off across the mall. What the... Why are the security sprinklers going haywire? It's more like someone tripped them, said Velvet. They might start sending people out any minute now. Looks like they already are, says Serena. Hiding under our coats, we watch as people begin rushing out the door while others hustle for cover. Soon the alarms start coming on, followed by a voice on the intercom. The mall is now closed. Will everyone please make their way to the exits? Yikes, this is for real, said Serena. Seeing that I have to start leaving, I turn to Velvet. Well, it sounds like your schedule is suddenly free too. Oh, I see what you mean, says Velvet. Lighting up once more, she bundles herself up before we begin heading for the back exit. This makes me glad I borrowed this coat, but I regret not taking an umbrella with me. I didn't think it'd even rain again in here. Again? What do you mean again, asked Serena. How does this even happen in the first place? Before Velvet can say anything, two men in matching trench coats holding peach pit bags rigidly cut us off at the end of the hall. The moment they spot us, they bolt straight for the door. All it takes is one look at Velvet and we both want to groan. Once again, I should have known that the answer is always mannequins. That was cute. I feel so bad for Velvet. I mean, we're getting close because we're at 86%, so I'm really hoping that, like, she gets her dreams. I want her to have all her dreams. We only have 3 days too, so hopefully we fix it. Velvet can text me now! Oh my god, cute. So let's go through Marin's messages first. Were you at the pool the other day? Yeah, why? Asked Serena. Are you okay? I mean, I know you appreciate a good mannequin and all, but why was there even a mannequin there? We had a mannequin at the pool with us, guys. Look at Velvet in her cute outfit. Oh my god. That's adorable. That is so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god, cute. Just doing a photo shoot for the socials. You know how it's hard to get engagement these days, and I really want Ann Pardiso to one day sponsor me. Ah, that makes sense, goes Marin. So what are you doing at the pool, and why didn't you say hi to me? Was it a date? Oh my god, these text messages go so fast. Marin goes, it was. My date pointed you out to me because they thought you were strange, and not gonna lie, I wasn't sure if that was really you since it was a bit weird. Yeah, I get it. Let's grab coffee sometime this week. For sure. Alright, Velvet messages us. Phones are so much fun. Right? We can text each other. And the idea of emojis is so amazing. I'm so glad you're having fun with your new phone. Thank you, Serene. Oh my god. Oh, we're making Velvet blush. So cute. Alright. Oh, do we have more stuff? We have an image! We'll move this up. I want this front and center. I want this tilted. There we go. That works. Oh my god. We need to add a sticker. Mwah. Cute. I love that we can, like, decorate our thing. Look at that. We're cute. Alright. Time to proceed. Alright. This is shopping. Okay, so a reminder. Each item corresponds with a person. It could correspond with our love interest or ourselves. If there's a misspelling in the item, then it's fake, and we get nothing for it. And we just get the shame of being told that it was fake. So let's do the sheet mask, self-care. The beauty supplements, because that's how you spell it, right? Not me Googling. Double checking. ivory clutch bag. Heck yeah. Oh, I think that's the misspelled one right here. And then a silk bra. Heck yeah. I think that's good. Oh, we're at 95% with velvet. We're so close. Ah, episode 5. Oh my god, so exciting. Out of all of the rules I gave those 3 in order to stay at my place, number 1 was not to go running off alone in town. So can somebody please explain to me why that's the first thing Velvet has literally decided to do? Of course. Thanks to my phone tracker app. Thank God we actually gave Velvet a phone, actually. At first I was like, what the fuck is a mannequin gonna do with a phone? But you know what? Best decision. Thanks to my phone tracker app, I finally managed to reach the spot where Velvet's phone keeps pinging off from. God, this has to be the place. I wonder why it kept pinging to a rec center in the middle of town, but it all makes sense now. It's a painting class. Grr, if she would have just waited, I probably would have taken her here right after work, preferably after I changed my heels. I don't see a teacher around, so it looks like everyone's still setting up. That said, where's Velvet? I scanned the classroom, but there's still no sign of her. But her phone says she's here, so... Once more students start arriving, I start to get nervous. It seems like a normal day in class here, with everyone just claiming an easel and getting ready on their own. I'm guessing this means I can rule out that nobody has been spooked by a live mannequin within the past half hour. But if she's not one of the students here, then what else could she be doing? All of a sudden, my gaze drifts to the sign by the front podium. Advanced Life Drawing? So wait, this is a life drawing course? As a student nearby then answers with a nod while carefully lining up their paints. Bubs, I like that. Yes, today's the 7th class for the advanced crew. Are you joining us too? I didn't see you here last week. Well, I actually haven't asked the teacher yet. By any chance, do you happen to know where they are? Asked Serena. Oh, I think she might be talking to the models right now. They're all probably getting ready since class is starting in a few minutes anyway. Ah, I see, says Serena. So these models, are they alive? Bubs blinks back at me, wondering if she heard me wrong. Sure, why wouldn't they be? Oh, I was just trying to be silly, that's all, says Serena. Though I'm sure that some class has probably had their fair share of unalive models. I mean, plastic ones, not dead ones. This is going great. Imagine I went up to an art student and be like, do you have like undead models? I'm just curious. Do you work with the science department by chance for your models? Jeez. So much for playing it cool here. Since I've got Velvet in the mind, it's hard to think of anything else until I find her. And right now it sounds like checking out that back room is going to be my best bet. With Bubs giving me a bewildered look, I do my best to offer her a sane smile. About those models, have they posed for this class before? We've had a few so far, but the teacher said it's supposed to be someone new for today. They haven't told us anything else, but all I know is that she's supposed to be very popular, maybe even a celebrity. Oh, and what makes you think that? Asked Serena. Just a hunch, I guess. That and the teacher doesn't usually get this excited when another model comes in. It's probably one of those local celebs, though I wish someone would bring us Midnight or Clementine sometime. Pretty sure that I too would have been asking for the same thing a while back. Right now, however, my hopes are all on Velvet. After thanking Bubs for giving me the lowdown, I start making my way to the next room. The room turns out to be an extension of the classroom with tables laid out with extra aprons, supplies, and other art samples from previous students. Despite the new discovery, there's still unfortunately no Velvet in sight. Seriously? But her phone is still pinging from here. I don't even want to think that someone stole her phone or has her locked up somewhere around here. Unless, nope, not today, true crime bunny. You better stay in your hole. I refuse to believe that anything could have happened to poor Velvet like that. To say that I'm growing flustered is an understatement, even as I slip my coat off to welcome a breeze in. Fanning myself, I resist the urge to start frantically looking, especially with class supposed to be starting any minute now. Come on, Velvet, where are you? This is exactly why I didn't want you 3 running off like this. It's one thing to be sneaking out of the mall every other day, but now crashing in art class? Really? Next thing I'll know, I'll be finding a Tori at midnight trying to raid a karate class. I have to say, though, that would be fucking hilarious. I would love... Midnight wouldn't be caught in karate class. He'd get his ass kicked. Atori, though, he'd dominate that shit, and he'd look down on all the mortals, be like, you jellies. That'd be so fucking sick. So she says he claims he's like a war god. I wonder if I would get a scene like that if I did Atori's full route. Interesting. See, this game is already replayable. Serena goes, seriously, if that happens, then by the name of the great shopping overlords Stucci, Barada, and, Ike St. Laurel, I will... Oh? You'll what? Asked Velvet. At the sound of Velvet's voice, I sprint around to find the rack of aprons talking back to me. Velvet? Are you the rack or the aprons now? Asked Serena. No, I'm underneath here. At once, I wait till the coast is clear to pull back one of the aprons. Sure enough, I met with Velvet's pearlescent face, attempting to shake off one of the aprons off her head. Oh, Suri, it's really you. I didn't think you'd actually come all this way here, claims Velvet. What else was I supposed to do once I noticed you weren't pinging out of my apartment anymore, asked Serena. I didn't want to think you'd been kidnapped. Oh, kidnapped? Asked Velvet. Believe me, I wouldn't have done it had I thought that was what you thought at first. Honestly, it's not like I wanted to go against your wishes. It just still sort of turned out that way. My brain did not want to read that sentence. Velvet lowers her head, the apron swaying over her arms. I'm really sorry, Suri. As lovely as your home is, I thought I'd go on a little day trip today. You went all this way to become an apron rack? Asked Serena. Ah, no, that wasn't part of the plan. As ridiculous as this probably seems now, all I was looking for was an adventure. A change of pace, at least for an evening, says Velvet. I'm sure you felt that desire to run wild and free on a Wednesday night, like it's a Friday. I sure have, but the most unhinged thing I've done on a Wednesday is cut my bangs in the bathroom sink, says Sarita. Well, I guess I also did raid that one shop during its markdown sale. See? I want my life to be as spontaneous as that, claims Velvet. I'm not saying you don't deserve it, Velvet, but we both know this is risky. Even whispering in this corner is risky. Before I can say anything, a student slips between us to yanking an apron off Velvet's shoulder. Once they're on their merry way, I turn to Velvet with a sigh. Need I say more? As a matter of fact, says Velvet, you might have to, because you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say next. Oh god. Oh god. But I'm going to say it anyway. Serena, could you pretty please go reserve an easel for me? As Velvet starts to sweetly beg, I suddenly realize something. Wait, are you not here to be a model? Heavens no, I'm here to paint, says Velvet. This just happens to be the only place I could find taking open lessons in the city. I knew the art world must have certainly changed after all this time, but I'm still trying to figure it out. For one thing, I couldn't find any guilds or masters anywhere, not even when I tried sending a message to a gallery. Even after finding this place, the teacher took one look at me and thought I was left over from last class. So here I am now. And after all this, you're still wanting to stay? Asked Serena. More than anything else, Suri, please. I didn't come here all this way just to watch other people live out their dreams. Is there really no chance you'll help me stay? Obviously, I'm going to support Velvet's dream. Like, it's risky, but like, all the really risk is that Serena looks crazy, that we look crazy, so we're going to do that. At this rate, if I keep pushing her, I'll be no better than anyone who's ever clipped an angel's wings before. Come to think of it, that's exactly how Velvet carries herself, like some angel trying to decide between life on Earth or back in the heavens. Then again, she also reminds me of a certain someone who was so persistent about taking on the city as soon as she got the chance. I suppose we're even more alike than I thought, says Serena. We truly are, Suri. It's why I thought you'd understand this restlessness I feel whenever I see all those people getting to easily claim an easel. And for once, I don't want to have to just stand by and watch. So please, I promise I won't ask you for anything else. Are you sure about that? Asked Sarita. If you ask me to choose between a kiss or some paints, is it wrong to ask for both? If it helps though, I'll take the paints first. Damn! I was hoping you'd want my kiss first, Velvet, but okay. Alright. You know what? Fair though. Your live stream should be over some other person. For a second, I was already imagining her asking for the former. So why am I suddenly not as relieved as I thought I'd be? Thinking hard, I know I can't ignore all of the risks if Velvet wants to stay here. Although there might still be room for a new student who just happens to be hauling a mannequin home from work. Well, Suri, can I? Pretty please? Pretty please for all of the rare Gregorian candy apple sticks in the world? I don't know if I'd settle for some apple sticks, but I'd totally say yes. What? Asked Velvet. You will? But only if I get to keep your masterpiece. Velvet holds back a gasp. If not for all those aprons, she'd be cupping her hands to her mouth by now. What? You mean I can? I can stay? As long as you're willing to pay my price, says Serena. But of course, whatever I make should be framed on your walls. Personally, I hope you'll put the portrait next to the mirror in your bedroom, just so it's near your bed. I can hear her giggling to herself even as I set my coat aside and get ready to carry her out to go choose her easel. As I wrap my arms around her waist, Velvet swoops in and covertly presses a hand to my shoulder. Suri, can I ask if you really do understand where I'm coming from? I just thought I'd ask before getting my hopes up all over again. Her voice bears an unfamiliar sadness as she stares upon me, almost as if she's reminiscing about a moment just like this. What kind of moment is it, though? And with whom? Securing her in my arms, I bring her right back to my eye level so she can read my lips. I do understand, Velvet. Maybe even more than I think I do. If you want to paint today, then let's do it together. I just hope you really know how to draw, because I can't draw a straight line to save my life. For real. I can't draw a straight line to save my life. I can't do anything straight. Thank God I'm queer. Well, I can definitely promise you're in good hands, says Velvet. If a smile made a sound, it'd be whatever little puff Velvet made just now once I started taking her outside. Maybe it's because I have been working so much, but I'm also starting to feel glad about staying here longer. Carrying her out to the classroom, I resort to the art of seemingly looking like I know what I'm doing to swerve my way past the other easels until spotting one near the back. For once, carrying a mannequin around doesn't seem as unhinged as usual. Hehe, of course. They probably just think you've brought your own anatomy guide, says Velvet. I suppose they are right about that in a way. Oh gosh. Trying not to blush, I take my time positioning her against the easel so she can easily access the paints. With that, before we get any juicier, the ad break's going to start any second now, so I will BRB for a couple minutes to take a break. Please use this time to take care of yourself, and I will see you in a couple minutes. Love you, miss you. missed you. I hope your break was a good one. Let's get to it. I'm very curious. I'm very curious on if Velvet can actually paint with mannequin hands and fingers. At least she's got defined fingers, unlike most other real mannequins. So we gotta see. Serena goes, as long as nobody's deliberately looking this way, you should be in the clear. I just seriously hope this isn't one of those classes where the teacher comes by to check on your progress. If it is, though, then we'll just swap brushes for a second. No good plan goes without needing to be a little sneaky, hee, says Velvet. Still, this is incredible. Just look at these gorgeous colors. It really feels like it's been forever. Ooh, and I'm already eyeing that gorgeous bright sienna for the hair. Oh? Wouldn't you rather wait to see who you're painting first? Asked Serena. I suppose I could, but... Oh, wait, your coat, Suri. Did you leave it behind in the other room? Asked Velvet. I look around the station and realize that she might be right. Oh, I think I did leave it in the back. Since class still hasn't started, I'm sure I can go grab it right now. Just wait right here, and... I'm about to finish my words when I notice Velvet sitting poised before the easel with her fingers delicately curling over a brush. What am I saying? She's got this under control. I think. Wasting no time, I zip to the back room. Much to my relief, my coat is still waiting for me beside the heap of aprons on the table. Slipping it back on, I get ready to leave until the teacher stops me at the door. Oh, so you are here. I was just about to send you a message to see if you weren't caught in traffic. You were? Asked Serena. To my shock, she begins prodding me back towards the back room. Of course, as I said in my first message, it's going to be such a pleasure to have you here with us. Now, there should be a gown hanging near the closet you can change into for the first study. Then we can see how much time there's left to have you pose with the other one. Pose? Goes Serena. Immediately, I get ready to say something, but seeing the blissful look on her face, the last thing I want to do is risk smashing yet another sweet person's hopes and dreams tonight. Even if their dreams do consist of me putting on a medieval gown and standing like a tree tonight. Suddenly, Velvet's request now seems so tame in comparison. Knowing what I know now about her, I'm sure that's exactly what she was hoping for. As soon as class is over, we finally start making our way back to the apartment. Thankfully, the streets aren't too busy at this hour compared to the couple blocks down where the rest of the shops are. At least it might make it easier for me to walk around carrying both Velvet and her painting all the way home. God, moments like these, I really do start wondering whether a kiss would be all it'd take for Velvet to be walking alongside me. Not that I don't entirely mind carrying her along like this, but I can tell even she'd prefer it. Aw, you look tired, Suri, goes Velvet. Here, at least let me hold the portrait for you. For a moment, I almost go along with the offer until she's already reaching for it. Wait, what are you scheming now? Asked Serena. Hee, I don't know what you're talking about, Suri. All I'm trying to do is make things easier. Or maybe I'm just trying to protect my painting from being stashed away from public eyes. And here I thought you'd like to put it in your living room. That was before I realized that I was going to be the subject, says Serena. I know I might have fantasized about being a model once or twice, but not in a potato sack of a dress that I know they must have bought from some cheap Halloween store. Aw, but you did make for such a cute sack of potatoes, Suri. I definitely would have made Apple Mother and Dolan choose you to bring home for a delicious ermine and potato stew. Imagine having the cutest potatoes in the village. Velvet, stop! She's so cute. She's making me blush. With a wistful sigh, Velvet quietly takes the painting in her arms and repositions herself into a new pose with it. As frazzled as I was having my modeling debut earlier, it really wasn't all that bad. The entire time I was forced to stay still, all I had to focus on was the lone easel earlier towards the back of the classroom. Little did anyone know that behind it, Velvet had been painting her masterpiece. And I did promise to give her that chance, didn't I? You really are a cute potato. Y'all, I'm taking so many screenshots. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a menace with my friends and be like, Velvet called me a cute potato. But anyway, I will continue. Now that you've modeled once for me, says Velvet, dare I ask for you to do it again? You already have the closet of dreams to choose any outfits you'd like to pose for me. If anything, it'll be up to me to capture your beauty in oils or acrylics, but that's always between the fun part for me. Hi, Sailor Shy. How are you? How are you doing? It's been a minute. I hope you've been well. Oh, your emotes are so cute. We're playing Plastic Trick, which is a romance dating simulator visual novel where we get to romance mannequins. And this is my mannequin of choice, Velvet. She is a fashionista who loves art and technology. She seems to be born in medieval times. She does not know how she became a mannequin, but it's so fun. And what's even awesome is the game is by Nochi Studios, and Nochi Studios is a women-owned, women-operated gaming development company. It's literally just a team of 3 women who are all awesome. I love them to bits. I love all their games. So highly recommend checking out any of their games if you like dating sims. But yeah, so this is Velvet, our love, our joy. I just want to kiss her glossy lips, and we haven't yet, so maybe one day. We're getting close to the end of her route. And I definitely want to finish it today because I can't bear the thought of having to wait another week to talk to Velvet. So that's what we're doing today. Really, goes Serena. Did you honestly really think that my favorite part was only going to be modeling for someone? Asked Velvet. Well, now that you've mentioned it, have you actually modeled for someone before? Asked Serena. All of a sudden, Velvet goes strangely quiet. At first, I wonder if she's noticed someone walking nearby, but to my surprise, she refuses to say much of anything even as we approach the next block. Did I say something wrong? Velvet still doesn't answer. There's no way that I magically botched her by saying that, is there? At the next block, that's when I start to really worry. Velvet, are you in there? I really hope I didn't just... Goes Velvet, you didn't. At the sound of a whimper, I immediately stop us near one of the window displays for a bridal shop. Velvet, what's really going on? Clearly something I said spooked you just now. It's not much that you spooked me, says Velvet. It's just that... She stops to notice the bridal mannequins on display behind us, each crested in sparkles fit for a modern-day princess. Of all the memories to keep, there's one that will never leave me, no matter how hard I tried to forget it. A long time ago, you could say that I was a model, only that back then, what he called me was his muse. He was the painter between us. Since I was more interested in other arts and trades, I learned from my father's guild. Still, he claimed that from the moment he met me, he wished for nothing more than to make me sit for his sketches. Soon, I was also sitting for his test paintings and then for his commissions. But by then, I spent so much time around his paintings that I wanted to try them for myself too. Even though he never refused the idea, I didn't realize then that he probably only agreed for one reason, and it wasn't for my sake. All those times when all I wanted was to paint, but instead he would flatter me into sitting for him over and over again. And every time I would ask him to leave, he would just say, "But you're my muse and my light, so what would I ever do without you?" I sometimes do wonder if he must have lived a full life without so much as thinking of me since that day. Meanwhile, every time I so much as move a plastic finger, I do everything I can to not think about those days. I guess life can be a bit cruel in that way, but I know I'm lucky. Even in this body, a second chance is a second chance, and one for me to never become someone's muse again. Turning to me, Velvet tries her best to soften her tone. I'm sorry, Suri. I can tell that now it's your turn to be silent, although I hope it's not because you think I'm angry with you. You wouldn't do that sort of thing to me. At least I really hope so, right? I definitely won't want to call Velvet my muse. That seems like a dick thing to say after this heartfelt confession. So we're gonna go for fuck that guy. 'Cause, yeah, fuck that guy. Velvet, Serena goes, what I'm about to say is coming from a loving place. But don't waste your tears on that jerk. Anybody can tell that he didn't deserve you at all. You've been holding on to this for so long, haven't you? Well, all I can say is that it's been a while. How long are we talking about? Asked Serena. Years? Maybe lots of them? You mean like a century? Asked Serena. Maybe something more like 4 of those? Maybe 5? 6? The more centuries you start to tack onto it, the more it's starting to really hit me. So you're, what, 400 or 500 years old? Wait, isn't that half a millennium? Ah! Well, I suppose it is, says Velvet, but it doesn't really count if I just woke up one day like this. It's not like I've actually lived for that long. Dear God, I don't even want to think about that. Whew. I wasn't sure what to think either, goes Serena. That said, it still sounds like you're long overdue for a good cry and bashing session after all you've been through. If you want, we could make that tonight's plan once we get back. Ah, goes Velvet. I appreciate you offering, but I don't know if I'd want that either. I've spent enough time trying to hold back my anger that I don't know if I'd like bringing his memory back up to the surface again. Even recalling him now wasn't pleasant. It never really is, sadly, says Serena. Still, if you ever feel like it, you just say the word and I'll break out the strawberry mango. I'll consider it, goes Velvet. I really hope I didn't scare you with anything I've shared just now, Serena. As much as it's been pleasant to finally tell someone about this, I wouldn't want to do something to lose you either. Seeing Velvet so shy, I find myself reaching for her hand. If anything, you've given me a portrait of you I'd like to keep too, says Serena. Oh? Does that mean you'll let me keep my painting of you? Asks Velvet. That depends. Could we tape someone else's face on it? What? No. Trust me when I say this as a time traveler of sorts, but I have definitely never seen such beauty, potato sack and all, goes Velvet. So I guess this means the painting stays. Seeing her giggle like this, I don't know if I even need to tell her that I'll never get rid of one of her paintings, not with how much heart and soul she's put into them. Maybe that's why, even if it's just for the short walk left to the apartment, holding her hand suddenly feels so right. Aww, so cute! Oh, this is such a cute game. I love it so much. Also, hold on. Let me go back to this so y'all can see it in big. For the newbies that just came by. Is it this one? Look at this photo of us in Velvet at the pool. It's so cute. I love CGs and dating sims. They are like a reward. It's a reward for all our hard work. What do we got? Wait, this is new. If you ask me to choose between a kiss or some paints, is it wrong to ask for both? Never. Put that right there. Well, I want it to be kind of diagonal, but it won't let me. Heck yeah. Velvet for the win. Okay, save edits. Alright, so we have day 8 of 10, so we have 2 days left in the game. Just a reminder of how this works. So we have a budget that we can go shopping for. Each item corresponds to a person below. This is us, and then this is Ettore, Velvet, and Midnight. Obviously, we want Velvet. If for some reason we spend more money on another character, it goes to their timeline, so we're not romancing anyone in the same timeline. We have limited time, so there's no way to finish everyone's romance routes in one playthrough, at least from what I can tell, unless I'm wrong. And there's one item that is going to be spelled wrong, and if you pick that one, it does not go towards anyone, and you get shamed for choosing it. So, obviously the Peach Pit for Velvet. I think she liked the theme park experience last time, so let's do that. Let's see. Not the cufflinks, it's obviously for a dude. No camp shirt. Should we do? I feel like the perfume isn't really velvet. Mini lettering bag. We'll try that one. We got Velvet to 100! Fuck yeah! Oh my god, this is exciting. Wait, why did we get Midnight, though? Damn it. Damn it! I don't want Midnight! It's probably because we could only get 5% of Velvet, and so we automatically got most of Midnight. But that's okay. That's okay. So you need 100% to get Velvet's happy ending from what I suppose. So you know what? We made it to 100. We'll get through Midnight's episode. and hope for the best. So remember, because it's each its own timeline, this is literally the day after. For first context, this episode will be the day after Serena finds out that these 3 mannequins come to life. So we've kind of went back in time a bit, just to help avoid any confusions. Feel free to ask questions though, because the game can be a bit confusing, especially if you're coming into it late. So I got you. So this will be the day or the same night that they find out they're mannequins. So Serena goes, I still can't believe my eyes. There's not just 1 or 2, but 3 of them in my home. Dang, you think since you got her to 100, you get her saying, I know! I'm a little bit disappointed. But it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I've never played this game before. I mean, I played last week, obviously, but I've never, like, finished a playthrough. So, maybe... I wonder if I have to continue shopping, actually, also, because, like... I would hope I wouldn't have to continue shopping when I only have, like... After this, I'd only have, like, a couple days left. If they count day 10. If we don't count day 10, I have 1 day left. So, we'll see. We'll find out. I'm determined. I'm going to do a longer stream today. I'm determined to finish Plastic Trick today because I literally cannot imagine waiting another week to play because it's so exciting. How did you... Where do I even begin, goes Serena. Ugh, of course, Midnight's my least favorite. I was like, I wish I could have gotten a Tori instead. You can start by puckering up and giving your dream guy what you've been waiting for, says Midnight. Hold it, you. Those lips aren't meant for you, says Velvet. Says who? Goes Midnight. Don't tell me you're about to say you saw her first. Well, I did, didn't I? Serena? She wants me to answer, but I'm still wondering why my lips are now belong to somebody else. Suddenly it all comes to me. Wait a second. How is it that you all know each other? Is there some kind of mannequin network nobody's been talking about? If there was, then I wouldn't be here right now, goes Ettore. Frankly, I think I'm close to leaving. Then why not call it a night already, old man? Asked Midnight. She's not gonna kiss you first anyway. You're so lucky, goes Ettore. You jellies are seriously so lucky you can't even comprehend. Jellies? Asked Serena. What else am I supposed to call him? His existence is merely a joke as it is already. Whew. Damn. Bold of you to say that when you don't even have a face, old man, says Midnight. Being 10 zenith thousand isn't old, Jelly. Retorts Ettore. My experience should speak for itself. 10 zenith thousand? Heavens, says Velvet. Back in my day, some of the villagers didn't even have a concept of infinity. Now, there's zeniths? Only in my world there is, responds Ettore, as I highly doubt this realm is even capable of fathoming such immeasurable numbers. You see, this is why no human girl is going to want to kiss you, says Midnight. Just telling it like it is, you know? At this rate, says Serena, I don't know when's the next time I'm going to be kissing anybody. Goodness, how is this real? Not even seventh cocktails have ever taken me on this much of a trip before. Listen, you three. Before there's any kissing, I'm going to need some answers. As it doesn't matter if this is all just a dream, I just want to know what I'm dealing with here. Fair enough, goes Midnight. I don't know about these two, but I'm here to make you mine. Ugh. This is like some like romance novel shit that I'm like, eh. I was going to say that, goes Velvet. Well, I wasn't, says Ettore. Seriously, why are all 3 of you here? And why me? Asks Serena. I'll have you know, I'm a good citizen. I've got decent grades, I've got a decent job, and you best bet I've never shoplifted in my entire life, not even when the manager of Wonder Daisy forgot to ring me up for the Dream Seeker night set. I marched right back up and had her ring me up like any decent shopper would. So once again, why me? Well, because that's exactly it, goes Velvet. You did forget to mention that you're an incredible stylist, though. Not to mention most likely a good kisser, says Midnight. Bro. Mm-mm. What are you two really here for? asked Satori. That's exactly why I've been wondering for all three of you, says Serena. I just made myself clear, didn't I? Asked Midnight. Or should we just get started? Seizing his chance, Midnight gets ready to move in for a kiss. Oh god. If this isn't a mind bender, I don't know what is. He looks like Midnight, he sounds like Midnight, but is he even Midnight? So for context, actually, backtracking context. So Midnight is an actual, like, in the world is a actor, a famous actor apparently, and so the actor has mannequins in these stores that look like him for a collab with like a perfume. So that's what this line means about being like that. He looks like Midnight, sounds like Midnight, but is he even Midnight? So like Serena here is wondering if this is the actor's soul stuck in a mannequin or someone else. That's why this line exists, because we're not sure who the fuck this guy is. So we know Velvet was some kind of Renaissance woman. Itori has told us that he's a god from another realm, a war god. This dude says he's Midnight. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? So this dude right here on the far left says he's Midnight, the actor. But like, and he seems to know everything about the actor. Because he does answer certain questions that are and answers correctly, but Serena's like, something's off about this dude. So that's why she's just like, who the fuck is this guy? So he's a mystery, which is why I would say, even though he's not my favorite person, he does feel icky. Thank you, Kiri. He gives me the ick, but I want to play his route out of curiosity. I don't think he's the actor. I think he's this is gonna sound so bad. I think he's some insecure dude who had a really sad, lonely, pathetic life, who got the chance to be the famous Midnight, but stuck as a mannequin, which he doesn't want to be stuck as a mannequin, because who wants to be a mannequin for the rest of their life? So he's trying to just fast track his way to becoming human. But they have all admitted in the prologue, because this is right after the prologue, this scene 1, they've all admitted in the prologue that pretty much, and they're gonna admit in the scene, they're not even sure a kiss will work. For some reason, they have in their heads that a kiss will free them. So yeah, Midnight definitely feels icky to me. He's not my favorite. I probably would like play his route off screen just to see out of curiosity, because there's only 3 routes in this game, so it's not like a huge chunk of my life. But I think Serena gives him a little bit too much grace, in my opinion. So, we'll see. We'll see! I mean, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Maybe he's just frontin'. Who knows? But we'll find out. Just as he's about to reach my lips, I swerve straight out of his grasp. Hold on. You need to let me think about this. What's there to think? Asked Midnight. Hours ago, you were practically ready to let me take you there and then at the store. Okay, so, in the prologue... I have so much explaining to do. So in the prologue, when Serena goes to the perfume store, she tries to take a selfie with the fake Midnight mannequin dude. And she literally like presses up her body like right against him. And then in the store, he came to life and like saucily touched her, but not like full on X-rated, but like, and Serena thought she was just hallucinating, so she's just like, yeah, I'm with my dream guy Midnight. And so that's what Midnight is saying. He's just like, we were going hardcore in public in that store there. Which is why he's like, why will you not let me kiss you? Yeah, so they each had a moment where the mannequins came to life in the stores when Serena was shopping, and so that's why she's just like, what the fuck's going on? What did it say anything to say? OMG, I know! There was last week, Kiri, if you ever want to watch the VOD, there's a romantic scene, and it was at the end of the VOD. It was at the end of the stream last week, where I got, for one of romantic scenes for Velvet, I got to dress her in store. And I even was like, how do I ethically handle dressing a mannequin that I'm trying to romance? And like, there's even a part where like Velvet's just like, will you help sit me up? And it's like all like weird and charged in a good way. It wasn't a bad scene. It was just like, I don't know what to do. This game makes me so red. If I was still a face cam streamer, you all would just see me as a tomato right now. This game makes me blush so hard. I highly recommend this game. I'm gonna say this right now. I love this game. Just for Velvet's route alone. I think Atori's will also be really good. Midnight. Jury's still out. Jury's still out. In public too, remember goes Midnight? No chance fake Midnight. You've been alive all this time? I'm gonna say no chance fake Midnight, because even though it's a separate timeline, so me romancing him won't affect my romance with Velvet. I don't know, I'm ready for any niceties. But yeah, no, I love this game. Highly recommend it. It's chaotic and fun and silly. That's why I choose weird dating sims. I just want the silliness of it all. No chance fake Midnight, goes Serena. You can't tell me that was all you're doing. Oh yeah, asks Midnight. So where do you think all that sweet talking came from? From my dirty mind? Goes Serena. At least Serena is honest, and she's like, yeah, no, I go there internally. Maladaptive dreaming right there. I mean, my dreams, stories, fantasy. She is so fucking real. I love Serena. She's one of my favorite. I will say this right now, across most dating sims, because like dating sims in general either make the character bland so you can project your own fantasy onto them, or they make them like a super strong personality. I prefer the super strong personalities because like I get to then roleplay as someone else other than myself. And also I think it's more fun and interactive that way. Serena is one of my favorite main characters. She's so fucking funny. Oh my god, I adore her. I suddenly noticed both Atori and Velvet have gone silent. Midnight, on the other hand, gives me a laugh. Serena, dearest, I know exactly what your fantasies are. Ugh. See? Lines like that don't get me. If someone said that to me in real life, I'd run the other direction. Midnight, I really hope you improve. I want to like you. I really do. You're also the only mannequin with a face. Your mind couldn't have come up with those. I'm creative. Serena's creative. Thank you, Midnight. The real Midnight wouldn't say that, says Serena. Oh yeah? Because you've met him before? In the flesh? Asks Midnight. You're only making it easier for me to know you're not really him, says Serena. Even if I'm not, I'm sure a lot closer to the real deal you might ever get. Thank you for the lurk, Kiri. I hope you enjoy your lurk, enjoy your day, take care of yourself. Thank you again for being here and chatting with me. I appreciate you. He doesn't really date anybody but models, you know, says Midnight. I stop and glare at him. Oh, he's so not Midnight. Same voice or not, he didn't even sound close to how the real one talks. Still watching beside me, even Velvet shakes her head at him. If that's true, then I feel sorry for him, says Velvet. Well, from what my sensors have detected, Midnight Vaden has never been recognized for his brain. Scosatori. Nor even his brawn, as it seems. Hold on, goes Serena. So all this time, Abra was telling the truth about you? Guilty, says Midnight. Guilty? That's all you have to say? Says Serena. All of you, have been haunting around your shops, no doubt frightening the living daylights out of all those poor employees. If it makes you feel better, I think Lennox would prefer it if I actually came to life for them, says Velvet. Then why don't you? Asks Serena. Because I'm alive for you. She's so cute. She gets me. She gets me, my precious Velvet. Holding on to that thought, I look over to Atori, who merely sighs under his breath. What are you looking at me for? Signore knows that you're alive, right? Asks Serena. I highly doubt it. Then why does he act like you work for him? You jellies have a habit for attaching yourselves to inanimate objects, he goes. So don't get me started, says Serena. If I'd known this guy here was alive, I probably would have thought twice about filling my SD cards with terabytes of our photos together. You don't mean that, Suri, says Midnight. I happen to know you like the fact that I know about that dream you had about, about us in the cruise ship hot tub. Mind blanks at once as a red-hot wave of embarrassment starts creeping in. Oh god, this surely still has to be a dream. Now it's becoming a downright scandal. A nightmare. Still, I decide to play it cool. I don't know what you're talking about, says Serena. Leaning against my couch, Midnight decides to call my bluff. So you don't, huh? Why don't I refresh your memory then? 2 pieces. Oil. Jet streams. Is it ringing a bell now? Asked Midnight. I can't believe my ears. What's worse is, who knows who else is eavesdropping on this now? Now I've got to worry about whether my couch is alive or my refrigerator. Oh god, and what about my bed? I can only keep a straight face for so long before even the other mannequins can tell I'm about to lose it. To think, you look like my favorite. Not just your favorite, Suri, interrupts Midnight. I am your only one. Ugh. Midnight moves in closer, getting right in my face. Maybe it was a bit too much by starting off with the jet streams idea. I also recall you mentioning another certain fantasy of yours, one that involves that very bedroom right over there. I follow his gaze towards my room only for him to rest his cold, sculpted fingers over my own. You like being carried, don't you? Oh god, guys, what is this conversation? Carried like a bride on her wedding day to be claimed by her one and only. Well, not entirely like that, goes Serena. Still, you want someone to take charge, don't you? Asks Midnight. Someone who knows how to make... Oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna read this. Every inch of your body tremble from the mere sound of my voice. The sound of my laugh and my groans. From the corner of my eye, I spot Atoria and Velvet moving in straight behind him. But I'm not about to tell Midnight that, am I? He's too busy trying to entrance me to his grasp, toying with my emotions at every chance he's getting. The worst thing is, I still don't know who else he could be but him. But it's not him. It can't be him. Not especially in this reality. Do you really think I'm just here for one thing, Suri? Asked Midnight. You just spent the past few minutes talking about my bedroom, so... Ah, sure. But that's just so we can keep a goal in sight, right? Asked Midnight. You've got to admit, though. Did you ever think the man of your dreams would be in your living room trying to make you his? One thing, he's not the man of our dreams because he's not the real Midnight. First of all. A mannequin can't step in for that, but whatever. Tori steps in. Bold of you to think this will manage you at Kiss. Shh, old man, goes Midnight. Can't you see I'm cooking something? Suri and I have a history unlike you two. If you call this history, then I pity you, Jelly. Anyone can tell that your mating ritual is proving fruitless to win her over. All I'm hearing is that someone's jealous, says Midnight. Sorry you weren't fast enough, old man. Jealous perhaps I'd be if you are who you said you were, goes Ettore. But as it may, you're only proving otherwise. Midnight stops for a moment only to then notice Velvet glaring right back at him. What? You don't fool me, goes Velvet. Well, I'd say you're missing out, but this guy's got eyes for only one girl here, says Midnight. And not Clementine, right? Asks Velvet. Huh? How do you know about that name? The Paradise staff talks. So what about her? Asks Velvet. What else is there to say about the past? Asked Midnight. Serena right here is my future. She knows that. Ugh, what a grody thing to say. I don't like this. For once, I need a girl who can see me for the complex man I really am, than just need me for my body. You might be thinking too highly of me, goes Serena. Heh, so be it then. Want me for my body. I think that makes you even cuter. Seriously though, goes Serena, why would the real Midnight be in this body now? He posts nearly every day, so there's no way. Much to Midnight's dismay, I'm actually trying to think this through. Suri, you've got to stop overthinking this. I bet you, if you let me, I could show you that I'm all man no matter what you're thinking right now. You can? Asks Serena. Midnight pulls in closer, the cold dent of his lips at my ear. How about I show you? Right now. He slowly raises my chin with his thumb, his eyes locking in on their target. I swear I can feel his plastic lips on my sensitive skin when... Latching onto his arm, I innocently look straight into his eyes, and I send him hurling right off me. Go Serena. Go her. Oh no you don't, creep. Ugh. My blow strikes Midnight right in the arm as I break free from his grasp. Both Ettore and Velvet move behind me, yet it's not until Velvet gasps that I turn back to Midnight. Buckling, he tries to pull himself up with one hand. Meanwhile, the other is... Oh god. Oh heavens. How did I know that was going to happen? What are you talking? What the hell? Yells Midnight. My arm's backwards. Why'd you have to do that, Suri? Hey, You were the one creeping on me, proclaimed Serena. I was trying to make a move on you, responds Midnight. Now how the hell am I supposed to use my magic fingers on you? Surely he doesn't have fingers of magic, says Ettore. My cryosensors would have picked that up beforehand if he had any trace amounts. How much do you know about human courtship, Signor Ettore? Even though I was once maiden, the maids used to speak of such things, so it wasn't hard to overhear them. We don't have maids in my dimension, responds Ettore. Now that's just sad, goes Velvet. Ugh, hey, you two, interrupts Midnight. When you both stop squawking, do you mind giving me a hand? Ettore goes, too easy. Do you at least have an apology for Serena, asks Velvet. Apologize for what? Goes Midnight. Didn't you see what she did to me? Ah, so what you're saying is you don't think you're the problem, asks Velvet. Grr, seriously? Asks Midnight. He soon turns to me only to find me staring back in horror at his twisted arm. Is there even a way to fix that? Serena asks. As soon as I say it, he curses under his breath. Ugh. It's always women, I swear. Yelling at the top of his lungs, Midnight takes his arms and flees straight out the door, sending the cats and dogs across the complex yowling. It takes me a full minute to comprehend what I've just witnessed. Heavens, why'd you send me the wrong Midnight? That fool, he's going to get himself caught, says Ettore. Caught? You really don't think... Gazing out the window, I can't shrug off the impending feeling racing deep within me. I've always told myself that there's two types of guys you're always supposed to steer away from. Suave charmers and credit card consultants. Although I don't think I've ever had to deal with either getting their arms literally twisted in a bunch. And real Midnight or not, but if his arm is really now bent that way, then is he really going to be okay? Not wasting another minute, I head for the door. Miss Brightmore? Asks Ettore. Where do you think you're going at this hour? Where else do you think? Responds Serena. There's got to be some way to fix his arm. Wait, goes Velvet. But I don't wait for them, not even as I hear them close behind me. There's still so much to unpack from this dream, but something tells me that leaving Midnight as it is would probably make this an even worse nightmare. Not so midnight. Somehow I managed to make a running in pajamas through the night somewhat of a graceful activity, the cherry on top being that I'm heading straight for the mall of all places. Of course it's closed, save for the janitors and security abound. Meanwhile, the rest of the day is either sipping on cocktails or knee-deep in their skincare routines. Now, if I were a mannequin, where would I go? To one of the vents, responds Velvet. Wait, is that how you three got out? We can neither confirm nor deny that, says Ettore. I guess that explains the ghost activity. That said, I'm not going into a vent. Suit yourself, says Ettore. If he's gone the same way, then we'll be sure to take him down first. Take him down? Asks Serena. Don't worry about it, says Velvet. Just go, 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 go. Taking Velvet's advice, I start looking for one of the back entrances first. If they really do find Midnight first, I just hope they'll help him somehow. But in the wild chance that I get to him first, my mind keeps racing as I finally spot one of the back entrances near the garbage cans. Where there's trash cans, there's gotta be... Aha! There's my door! Because of redacted from that one Christmas sale that took nearly 5 hours to get into, one can say that my methods might be no better than that of those mannequins. But in this case, I have redacted to thank for showing me that there's far more than 3 main ways to get into this mall. To survive Christmas sales, of course. Quietly, I close the door behind me before following the path straight along the perimeter of the mall. Behold, the guts of Sunburst Pines. Now, where's the Wonder Daisy from here? With my blueprint knowledge of Sunburst in my mind, I keep following my senses down this dimly lit path. My gaze follows the vents running along the same narrow passageways as I wait for a sign. Then finally... Ugh! Open up, damn it! Yells Midnight. I don't need this right now. Slowly I make my way to Midnight's voice as I peer from the corner. There he is, trying to grip the door open with his one working plastic hand. Is it wrong to pity him a little? I continue to watch him from the corner as he starts muttering to himself in frustration. Damn, I knew I should have ran more with that loveless liaison's line on her. She was practically eating it up. Bitches talking about me. What the? Without thinking, I break away from my corner with a heated look. That's what you're still mad about? Asked Serena. You. What the hell are you doing here? Yells Midnight. What does it look like? Though now I'm starting to wonder if I should go. Good, then go, responds Midnight. It's not like I want you to see me like this. I've already seen what your arm looks like, Midnight. Fine then, you owe me a kiss. What? No, I don't, responds Serena. Suri, can't you see that I'm running at half capacity here? If I didn't need your kisses, I'd be sending you right out the door. Oh my god. At least he can't get handsy this way. He tries to offer me his arms, but neither of them seem to cooperate. Even his good arm seems to be aware of his own schemes. God, not now, goes Midnight. Well, look at the bright side. At least you can't get handsy this way. That's hardly a bright side, goes Midnight. You best bet that if I had 2 working arms, I'd be kissing you senseless right now. Heat rises to my face, but who knows whether it's anger or passion. Either might get the job done right now. Look, not Midnight. I'm not letting anybody put their hands on me or my silk Raffaele Klein pajamas without knowing exactly who they are. So you're saying if I prove I'm the real Midnight, then you'd let me have you? You sure had a list of things you do with the real deal, says Midnight. He thinks he's so smart, doesn't he? All he's doing is backing himself into a corner. Seeing that throwing me for a loop is his idea of a thrill, I figure it's time to show him mine. I start by pulling back my robe. And of course now I've got his attention. Now what are you doing? Asks Midnight. I thought you wanted a kiss, responds Serena. This is usually how I start. I have him entranced now as I slide the rest of my silk robe off to reveal my matching pajamas. Just the head on my shoulders and I can hear Midnight take a breath. Does this mean I'm really his type? I fight back a smile as I slowly clutch the robe, unfolding it before his very eyes. Suri, what are you? Oh? You mean this? Without warning, I lunge at him, tossing one end of the robe until it latches onto his bad arm. Wait, huh? Ah! Screamed Serena. Gripping both ends, I then yank him towards me with all my might. Midnight comes crashing straight into me, sending me with him towards the wall. At the last second, he wraps his good arm around me while I tug my robe against the other, until I finally hear a click and a snap. Tossing my robe aside, Midnight plants his mended arm against the wall, pinning me in between. Panting, he stares upon me at a complete loss for words. God. Why couldn't you have warned me when you tried that? He asked. At least it worked. It did, didn't it? Still phased, Midnight takes a cursory look at his arm. It's going to be fine. I could have just done it myself, you know. So while your arm is fixed, your ego still isn't? Asked Serena. What? You were expecting the Midnight Vaden to lack an ego? You still haven't proven anything to me, responds Serena. For one thing, how would the real Midnight be in this body in the first place? And why would he be this stubborn? It's because he's a nobody. With a hardened sigh, he pulls back to let me go. To tell you the truth, I don't have all the answers you're looking for. All I know is that it'd be better for the both of us if that's who you think I am. And why not who you really are? Asked Serena. Because I'm also a nobody. But apparently someone out there probably feels some pity for me by giving me decent abs and a winning smile for once in my life. Clearly it's been doing a number on you and every fangirl at the shop. Watching him pace in a circle, I can't help but feel some pity of my own. Midnight, why did you run away earlier? Why wouldn't I? He goes. You were already suspicious as it is, now let's throw in some humiliation. I wouldn't have done that. Maybe you wouldn't have, but I don't know about the other two, responds Midnight. So you're afraid of them? Asks Serena. And you're afraid of me? It has nothing to do with being afraid. I just know that the midnight of your dreams wouldn't be some clumsy mess in your living room. I came here so tomorrow I can patch myself up and start over. So you can give me a real chance. I still want that kiss, Suri. So let me be your Midnight. I want to know who this fucker is. So why can't you tell me who you are? Asked Serena. Because you prefer the fantasy to the truth, responds Midnight. Whatever would give you that idea? Well, for starters, your type speaks small, right? My type? Asked Serena. Yeah. You live at the mall, you're always fawning over anything the Wonder Daisy drops. And yet I'm pretty sure by now you know that most of the new scents and collections are just recycled ideas from past collections. But you're still going to buy them, right? Asked Midnight. All because you still like the new packaging it's in. Ah, so what you're trying to say is that you think I'm impressionable. What else am I supposed to think when I see you buying the same stuff every other week? Asked Midnight. Inside the Hall of Figures, I can imagine him trying to smirk back at me, thinking he's put me in a corner. Oh, if only that were the case. Sensing a victory, Midnight tries to lean in closer, his voice smug at my ears. Don't blame me for knowing your type, Suri. I still happen to think you're pretty cute. You know, maybe that line would have worked on me if I wasn't also the type to unleash my fury upon stores who willfully sell knockoffs. Of course, they think most people won't be able to tell the difference. So whatever they try to reel me in, they might as well have tried fishing for the Kraken instead. But joke's on them, because there's nothing more I hate than a bad knockoff. I could never imagine knowingly settling for one. Wouldn't you, not Midnight? Midnight holds his tongue, yet simply keeps staring in my direction, no doubt wishing all kinds of hexes upon me. As I finally start to break away from him, Midnight brings a hand over mine. Close your eyes. What makes you think I will? I know what you want. If you at least have a shred of trust in me, just do it, okay? His voice crackles slightly, putting him from an eh to a slightly adorable on my meter. Nonetheless, a part of me remains curious as I think back to his demands. You really think this kiss will work? Asked Serena. If it does, then I don't have to make you do it again. Something tells me that we'll be having the opposite issue, though. He's so fucking confident. Bruh. Chuckling to himself, he tries to cup my face in his large hand. Hey, you actually want to be kissed? You can't prove that, says Serena. Well, I think that's enough of an answer. He swoops in, his plastic lips hovering just above mine. There's only so much space between us, our breasts linger upon each other, and yet he doesn't move. What could he be stalling for now? Finally he moves in, and he chuckles. Heh, too easy. Hey, say that again? Proclaims Serena. All at once, my hands shoot up from between us right as he tries to smash his lips onto mine. Instead, he finds himself kissing all palms and wrists as I shield my glossy pink lips from him. Oh my god, talk about a hard kisser. I mean, what to expect when it's a mannequin? What the? Hey, what happened to wanting me? Oh, I'm sorry. I only thought you'd enjoy it more if I made it more difficult for you. Still cupping my hands tightly, I start to back my way towards the exit with a little spring to my step. Of all things to remember, it'll be this look on his face. We'll just be sure to keep the part about him being a mannequin out if someone asks. Wiping his own mouth, Midnight watches on as I giggle my way out of the mall. God, Serena, says Midnight. You know what this means, right? That I'm leaving for Atoria and Velvet to find you? Asked Serena. Heh, let them find me. Even then, I know you'll find me tomorrow, and I'll be your midnight and your dawn. The moment he says that, I nearly stop in my tracks. That's the first time he actually sounded like himself. But that can't be him. There's no way it could be. Despite reaching the exit, I almost want to turn back. As soon as I hear more sounds, however, I know I'm going to make my escape. But the question remains within me as my heart pounds. Is he midnight or not midnight? Whew, that was a lot. That was intense. That was intense for no reason. Alright, we're on day 9 of 10. I feel like I have to purchase something. Like, I can't continue without buying something. But I think buying more things hurts me more than not buying things, since I don't care about Velvet. Not don't care about it. I love Velvet. All I want is her. I don't care about the other two at this time. I don't know. I don't think the ring. Definitely not the... These are all mostly men shit. The game knows that, like, I need to get my butt in gear for other people. Maybe the facial machine? What else? Maybe a soul? I think that would just be the two I pick. Oh good, oh good, it was just for me. Haha, proceed. No! Wow, it really is just like, you have to get every other scene but Velvet's. I'm guessing I can't get Velvet's final scene until the days run out. That's kind of a shame. I mean, I get it. It gives you more opportunities if you are bad at purchasing, but I kind of, towards the end, kind of figure out who I get. But at least it's not midnight, which is a good thing. So let's work through a tour. Well, trying to decide if I should just skip a Tori scene, because I'll replay the game for him. We're not going to get his scene, his final romance. And I mean, mean, we're all here for Velvet. I know I just worked through Midnight's thing, but I'm like, we're already 3 hours in stream. Let's... You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and just skip. Just because I want to get to Velvet's scene. I'm just going to pick random stuff. And then skip. Because I'll do that later. Okay, so we're just gonna skip. There's so many choices. Oh, I can't skip this. Hold on. There we go. Okay, perfect. Alright. We're at day 10 of 10. Okay. I still have to purchase stuff? Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna do, I guess maybe tea? Let's do the one purchase. Proceed. Velvet! I love her. Okay, finally. We got this. Day 10 of 10. On weekdays like these, sometimes the only thing that keeps me going is counting down to a sweet shopping spree over the weekend. Go, Serena. There's still nothing better than running your hands through the sales racks or stumbling upon a new Peach Pit demo going on by the fountain. Sorry, my cat's demanding access to the chair. Okay. After what a day it's been today, I just do about anything to set my sights on a pick-me-up sale. Except that Sunset Pines Mall is still going to be closed for this weekend. God, every time they make a new post, I keep hoping it'll be the one to restore Saturdays to their former glories again. Until then, I suppose I'll have to survive somehow, however that might be. Although, there is one thing I do have to thank this mess up for. After yet a long day at the office, I'm relieved to be home again. You're back, Suri, and earlier than usual too, goes Velvet. So how was it today? I want to know all about today's coordinates. I'm not even completely inside, and Velvet is already eagerly offering to take my bag. Handing it over, I suddenly realize how silent it is here. Work was fine. I finished another set of coordinates for testing, but where are the guys? Asked Serena. Oh no, don't tell me that it's their turn to run off too. Relax, they're doing fine. They even said they'd be back later. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about Ettore if I were you. He insisted to me that all he was going to do was to try to check up on Signore, but I wouldn't put him past it to be off trying to rescue cats instead. No, don't tell me Ettore is a cat dude. Cats? Why cats? Asked Serena. Sometimes on the way to your apartment, he'd stall just to make sure any cats we encountered had a safe place to go. Stop! You mean angry ward god Ettore loves cats and is trying to protect them? He's so precious. He's so precious. I knew I had a good feeling about him. I knew it. He's probably just around the block on a cat watch as we speak, goes Velvet. And is Midnight with him? Asks Serena. Now that'd be a sight to see, responds Velvet. I really don't think Ettore would stand for having him around even if he begged him. Thinking back to where Midnight said he was going, I'm actually not sure what his plans were. All I know is that wherever it seems to involve him trying to get past a bouncer. He's sneaking into a club, isn't he? Asked Serena. Oh, is that where you'd find a bouncer? He did say that we shouldn't be worried for him and that he'd try to bring us back a souvenir or leftovers if he can. Suri, I can tell that you're still starting to worry, but I don't think you should. It's not like any of us don't know how to get around these places by now, or did you just forget that we can still manage by ourselves? Well, goes Serena, I just know that you can't be running around as easily in public, so... So your way of showing you care is trying to chaperone us, responds Velvet. You really are kind in that way, you know. So kind and warm, and even on your busiest days. I'm also kind of nervous about what havoc you three might try to ensure before the mall opens. Well, I'm not sure about those two, but with more of the world I'm beginning to see outside of this mall, I've realized that maybe I'm looking for something much more cozy out of this life. Something cozy, sweet, and warm. Something to hold and be mine. Is this your way of asking for a cat? Asked Serena. No, not a cat, Suri, responds Velvet. It's It's, how do I put this? Oh, I should just say it now. It's you, Suri. I like you. Aww. Surprised by her confession, Velvet cups her hands to her mouth. Hold on, let me snooze ads. We're not interrupting this love fest. The room goes even quieter between us as she lets her words sink in. I didn't think I was going to say that so loudly just now, but I do mean it, Suri. I don't know if it's really that much of a surprise, to be honest. All those times at the store, you really were so striking and inspiring, but that was only the beginning. Since spending more time with you, I realized that I don't want to hide my feelings anymore. I've already lived a life once before of longing and pining in secrets, and I don't want to do it again. So this time, I want to be the one to say it first. Oh, so cute. Obviously, I'm going to ask for a kiss. Are we going to kiss now? Asked Serena. Oh, do you mean you want to kiss me? Surprised, Velvet leans in, resting a hand on my shoulder. At first touch, she can already sense my own curiosity of what she's going to do next. I suppose the real question is, do you want to be kissed right now? I didn't confess to you just for a kiss, you know. In fact, I'd be perfectly happy with anything you'd be willing to give me. So if a kiss is not how you choose to return my feelings, then I understand. But if it does happen to be that way, you want to make your feelings clear too, then I won't stop you. With a sweet sigh, she draws her plastic lips forward, but they only graze my lips. Moments like these, she does seem every bit a human. With her figure from this angle or the way her hair slips down past her shoulders, it's not until she turns to me when I'm reminded of the obvious truth. Once she draws close enough to me, I draw back for a moment in surprise, but it's enough to shake Velvet off from her delicate trance. Noticing at once, Velvet draws back with a shy hand to her lips. Oh, I'm sorry for that, Sri. I didn't mean to be getting ahead of myself either. I'd like to believe that the day we kiss, it wouldn't be just a favor to me. But I'm sure this would be a whole lot easier if I knew how much more it goes beyond relationships in general in this day and age. She's so precious. Oh my god, she's just like, I just want you in any capacity. And I'm just like, ugh, girl. And here I thought you had experience before, asked Serena. With infatuations, yes, but not with real love. Love came with other expectations back then, so a girl had to be careful of such things. Oh, well, what more would you like to know, asked Serena. I just want a kiss. I'm no expert either, but I've listened to enough of my friends gush and gripe about their partners that I've picked up a few things. For some reason, once Velvet perks up, I'm compelled to keep going. You know, if you wanted to know what a date is like, maybe we go somewhere so you can see what it's like. Oh? You're willing to go on a date with me? Asked Velvet. Now that she said it, it's beginning to hit me what I'm actually agreeing to. Once again, however, something keeps me wanting to keep saying all the right words to bring an imaginary smile on her face. Even if I can't see that smile right now, I know it's there. After a moment of pondering this plan, I finally trail my own hand to her arm until I reach her smooth plastic hand. I don't quite know where we could go, but I'm sure there's some place we can try this out. I mean, there's always just trying to find a restaurant off the main streets, or we could probably get away with going to see a movie. Which, while all those sound wonderful, what have I got to pick the place? Asked Velvet. I promise it'll be something you'll love. Plus, I know you'll never settle for any place you can't wear an amazing outfit to, and neither would I. So why don't you just relax and let me be the one to surprise you? Wait, but how will I be able to take us if I don't know where to go? Asked Serena. Let me think. Oh, wait. Still holding my bag, she fishes my phone right out of the front pocket with a gasp of delight. Might as well go get changed now, Suri. While you do, I'll set our course for tonight. Thank you for the hydrate, Sinister. You're right. I have not been taking enough sippies. So good. So delicious. Not really, I don't like water, but I drink it because I have to. We all should be drinking water and staying hydrated. Did she say tonight? Thought Serena. She really did mean tonight. Carrying her along, I wait for her next directions as she reads them off my phone. So we've just passed Featherline Street, so where to next, Velvet? I believe it should... Oh, it should be up this street. We're literally almost there. She can't help but giggle as I now begin to search for our destination along the series of buildings up ahead. There's the bank building and a couple more restaurants. Am I really close to it? The truth is, I don't really know where I am anymore. Even then, every time I dare question Velvet's sense of direction, I find myself correcting her less lately. For how much she tries, I like seeing her keep her spirits high. Which reminds me, I still haven't said anything about her confession, and yet, while letting my mind wander off, I almost failed to notice that we finally arrived until Velvet shifts positions pointing at the building. Ah, we've made it, Suri, look! To my surprise, somewhere between all of the banking buildings and the two-story video game store, there's been this glorious museum waiting for us tonight. The Belvidea Museum of Art. Oh wow, I didn't think I've been here since my art history class back in college. Nice to know that it'll be as much of a surprise for you as it will be for me then. I thought you might like to catch another glimpse of a different world beyond this one, you know? For a first date? And with that, we're gonna do our final round of ads for the morning, because I have a feeling we'll be wrapping up soon, so, I'm gonna take a quick break, because Lua is demanding my attention. Please use this time to stretch, grab water, grab some food, and I will see you all soon, and we'll get to experience this date with Velvet. So, be right back. Welcome back, my lovelies. I missed you. Oh my god, it felt like forever. But we're good. We're back, and it's time to continue our date with Velvet. I was trying to time that for when it would come back on, but it lagged this time after I clicked the screen. But oh well, it works. Velvet giggles to herself while I continue to marvel at the entrance alone. I'll gladly let myself admit that this is the perfect change of pace for an outing, except... do you think they'll let me bring you in? Asked Serena. Oh, about that, you'll just have to walk in and see. Wait a minute, I know what that means. Despite her assurance, it doesn't stop me from cautiously heading inside as I carefully avoid jostling her against the door. Ah, give me a second with this door. I don't want to drop you either. To my horror, security guard quickly heads to hold the door open for me. God, has he even noticed Velvet yet? I'm so not going to be surprised if he'll also be holding it for us after we get sent away. I try to keep my cool until I've safely carried Velvet inside. Even as I set her down, I try not to make too much eye contact while trying to cook up an excuse. Once security guard starts talking, however, my plane flies straight out the window. So if you need to get to the second floor, it'll probably be better if you took the south elevator. Once you get up there, you'll just want to keep walking straight up to the last exhibit before the neoclassical art one starts. You got that? Asked security. Is that how far the exit is from here? Asked Serena. The exit? I was telling you where she's supposed to go with the others. The guard casually points to her, giving me a look as if I'm the one who needs to get a grip. All of the others have been putting theirs upstairs too, so just leave her wherever they place the others. What others? Asked Serena. The students. Students? He thinks I'm a student. I really want to ask, but any more and I'll know he'll be redirecting me to the exit instead. Besides, I'm willing to accept whatever excuse it takes to keep this date going on. Not to mention, it's been a hot minute since I've got to the student life. As the guard heads off to greet the other visitors, I get to searching for the elevator as he mentioned. Suri? Oh, no, sorry. See, I told you not to worry, says Velvet. All it took was a little careful planning to know when the student exhibitions. Happy Sunday. Exhibitions were being held. Wait, does that mean you pre-planned this date that far in advance? Asked Serena. I'm not saying anything, goes Velvet. All that matters is that you seem just as excited as I am to get to enjoy a classy night of art too. Hopefully you don't mind that it'll be with me. Hearing that delicate sigh of hers, I can only imagine what she'd do if I really was carrying her human self into this elevator. She'd most definitely be resting her head on my shoulder, her lips close to my neck. If she even so much as tried to tease me that she has been already, I'd probably just... Suri, are we going to move now? At the sound of her voice, I spring awake just as the elevator arrives on the second floor. Carrying her inside, we both gasp at the enlightened hall of portraits before us. Oh, those tones. Those strokes. Velvet speaks softly enough for me to hear, but that doesn't diminish her excitement. If anything, she's clasping me even more tightly once I lower her to my eye level. I knew they were showing some of the guild's artwork here, but I didn't realize they've saved so many of them, even the sketches. A lot of what we're seeing here weren't even some of the biggest projects they've been trying to work on in my time. Is that why you wanted to come here? Asked Serena. To look at them? Sort of, but not quite. I mostly thought it'd be a cute idea for us to come here after taking that painting class together. Like I told you before, painting wasn't my first love, but I spent enough time around the others who made it their world. If painting wasn't your number one, then what is it? As excited she was just moments before, Velvet quiets once more. I'm sure she'll also be excited to see some of the paintings, but I know she didn't have to be the best past either. If it were me, I don't know how I'd be handling seeing all of these paintings knowing how big of a time gap it's been. Not without an existential crisis. I know, poor Velvet. Her whole family's gone, and everyone she knows is gone. I want to say something, but at the risk of disrupting her, I suddenly start walking us around the exhibit. It's not until the fourth portrait where she stops to gasp before a portrait of a woman looking out from a kitchen window to a crimson sky. Oh, they kept this one, says Velvet. Marquez was always so talented, so I'm not surprised people still love his work even now. He also used to pluck extra cilantro berries so I wouldn't have to go harvesting for my own materials. Wait a minute, you're telling me that this same Marquez Heinmech was your friend? It says here that he was an artist part of the Melandra movement. Of course, he was also one of the kindest members of the guild. After my father died, Marquez became like an older brother to me, always making sure that I got the same treatment as the other members as possible. He was one of the few who didn't mind that I wanted to join the guild, even when some of the others kept insisting that I was only ever good enough for washing their brushes or preparing the plaster. Oh, it also says here, says Serena, that he was commissioned by an aristocrat to paint a portrait of his wife. From the looks of it, that aristocrat seems one lucky guy. Hee, if only that was really her. Between you and me, she wasn't the only one who was on Marquez's mind when he made this. Around that time, our friend Michele had just finished painting his portrait of this beautiful woman he kept seeing in his dreams. Since he kept raving on about her, Marquez decided to be silly by painting his own dream woman to show him, which happened to be for this commission. But in truth, Marquez had secretly painted Michele's cousin Fiamma, who he had a huge crush on. Once Michele realized it, he chased Marquez down to find out if he'd been trying to pursue her in secret. Really? Now, why couldn't they just put that juicy info on the info card? That's the real art drama I want to know about, goes Serena. I do wish that they added it in, but maybe it's better this way. We artists all thought it was funny, especially since we didn't particularly like the aristocrat asking for the portrait. Marquez only knew that he was commissioning it for his wife to cover up the fact from her that he'd been secretly taking other lovers. Most of us quietly knew about these sort of things about the patrons, but it wasn't our place to say them without the risk, so they just became our little secret. Funny to think that even now we managed to keep them a secret from history itself. Staring down at the information plate under the painting, all I can fixate on is the date. My brain won't let me do the math right now, but I know that painting's got to be some 4, maybe 500 years. So how many more of these paintings are from artists you knew back then? I do see that they have some of Celestine's work and one of Rolt's. Both of them actually posed for some of my work too back then, but we had to be very quiet about it. I'm guessing that had to do with you being the only woman in the guild, asked Serena. It was something like that, but it was also because suddenly I noticed a man in a brick red suit staring right at me from the painting next to us. Spotting a badge in his lapel, I immediately tried to shuffle away to the next piece. Still, that's not enough to keep him from chuckling at me. So who exactly have you been talking to, or is it just yourself? Asked the man. I want to wonder, because I can't tell at all. Can these people hear the mannequins? Or, I mean, they keep talking about not wanting to get caught. Or can Serena be the only one to hear them? That's like a trippy move, don't you think? Because I can't fully tell. Like, I mean, if he's right at the painting right next door, he should have been able to hear, like, Velvet speak. Unless he's, like, so sure that we're having a full-ass conversation by ourselves. Have you just not met enough people to talk about art with? Is that it? Goes the man. Before saying anything, I carefully set Velvet down by the bench. Just by watching the two of us, the man starts to laugh again. Oh, were you conversing with the mannequin? She's quite lovely. No doubt I'm sure she'd make good company as well. In fact, perhaps I'd like to know what she thinks of the artworks here. She was just telling me how she used to paint with some of these artists, says Serena. Did she now? Goes the man. I suspect the man seemed surprised, but strangely not enough to be turned off by me. So did she say anything interesting about them? I'm looking at this piece by Celestine Helm, and it seems to paint an interesting perspective on the upper class society of the Valandra era. Do you think she remembers how that time must have really been? I can't stop myself from looking at Velvet, almost waiting for her to come to life all of a sudden. As much as I think she wouldn't, I can't imagine her enjoying the fact she can't say anything. I probably would have been bursting at the seams to say something by now. She was just talking about how fun it used to be to paint with everyone. It's interesting you say that when there's no record of any credible female painters associated with the Valandra movement. They did have assistants, however, mostly their wives, sisters, maids, or lovers. Could it be that maybe your dear mannequin friend was someone's lover? Ugh, reducing her to just some other woman. His tone takes me aback as he almost seems to be directing the question more to Velvet. Once he lingers a minute too long, I turn to face him again. Do you think she'd easily confess something like that to a stranger? Asked Serena. I suppose not, but it's still worth a try. Keeping my guard up, I try to get a better look at his badge just to make sure I'm not about to get sassy with anybody in security. In spite of my suspicions, I can't help but notice his choice in suit isn't at all half bad. Well, since you seem to be in the mood for conversation, would you care for someone else to talk to? God, I think it's safe to say that this guy isn't with security at all. That said, he sure still seems to be trying to secure something else right now. To be honest, art is not really my area of expertise, so I don't think I'd be adding much of anything anyway. Oh, then what is your expertise? Goes the man. Actually, before you say anything else, perhaps I could show you something interesting in the next exhibit? I personally like the challenge of making people realize that they don't have to be an expert to know what true art and beauty is when they see it. Oh my god, dude. I mean, good on him for not being bothered by a mannequin, but like, bro. Let's get it clear. I never said I didn't know how to spot something beautiful. Ah, then as a connoisseur of beauty, you might find this to be an essential for your viewing pleasure. If only people could actually realize that I'm really not alone here alone. Maybe then they'd save their flowery flirting to themselves. The only reason why I'm even tempted to go along with him isn't even for my viewing pleasure, but for Velvet's. She and I were actually having fun just now, spending time in her world. Unless this painting he's talking about could also be part of it too? Glanced back at Velvet, wishing that she could tell me what she'd prefer. Still curious, I faced the man again. How long will this take? Asked Serena. Not for very long, it's just better to go see it now before the next peak time rolls around. If it's easier, I can help carry your lovely friend for you. Absolutely not! Mans can't put his dirty paws on my friend Velvet. My lovely Velvet. Hopefully more than a friend soon enough. Despite the offer, I quickly find myself shaking my head. It's alright, I'd rather be the one holding her. Well then, let's go, goes the man. We only have a short walk up ahead, and yet it still seems like forever. At least it gives me time to try to figure out more about this guy, even though he just seems like he works here. He's probably just one of those tour guides or something on a break. I'm no stranger to all the random soliciting some of these booths will try at the mall, but there is still something curious about him. Come to think of it, there's even something familiar, but I can't match his face to anything either. Reaching the end of the hall, the next exhibit turns out to be still behind layers of art, as if still in construction. There's even a sign to the left warning visitors to turn the other way. Wait, are visitors even allowed here? You are if you're my guest, goes the man. Since last week, we've been holding previews for some of our selected guests. The man smoothly flashes his badge at the lone security guard waiting by the door. With a single nod, the guard promptly pulls back the curtain to let us inside. Inside, we're met with another array of paintings similar to the ones from the last exhibit, but in matching gold gilded frames. Well, here we are. Welcome to the new Melandra wing. Obviously, it's still a work in progress, but they'll soon be opening it to the public in a matter of weeks at this point. I'm sure people are excited to see them, goes Serena. They really are quite beautiful. You really think so? Asked the man. You say you don't know much about art, so you wouldn't happen to know much about the Melandra Guild of Artists. Up until today, I literally only found out about Marquez Heinrich. I don't think I really recognize any of the other members' work if they're displayed here. Really now, including that one, goes the man. Chuckling to himself, he points to the painting behind me. Turning around, I get ready to prove my lack of art knowledge to him, but one look at the painting and I'm almost about to drop Velvet onto the floor. What in the heaven? That face! Neutral ending? Wait, no! How did I get a neutral ending? What? Wait, what happened? Sad. Well, that's what we get for dating sims and not having a guide. That's okay. Neutral ending, I will take that over a bad ending, so let's go. But what a cliffhanger though. Hold up, before we start the neutral ending. I know, Lana, what? How did I get a neutral ending? But with this painting though, what a cliffhanger to end on if you don't get that happy ending for what Velvet is doing. Dang, okay. You know what, it's fine. We got the neutral ending. It just means I gotta play this game some more. And you know what that means, guys? You know what this means, everyone? Sorry, I'm trying to correct this. I'm trying to break the habit of saying guys. What this just means is y'all gotta play this game for yourselves. Maybe you can do what I can't. Because I love this game so much, even if I didn't get the ending I wanted. But that's okay. Let's go do our neutral ending. So starting off another beautiful day off today with some sunshine and the hunt for a scrumptious new discount waiting for me. There's supposed to be a sale going on at St. Cascada, but everything is still pricey. I'm sad Studio doesn't have other games dating femmes. They have another game. It's a mobile game right now, but they just funded their Kickstarter. So close. Was I so close to the ending? Aw, shit. God dang. That just means I gotta play again. But that makes me feel better that I was close. I fully regret. Thank you, Lost Pockies. I was like, you definitely do have other games. I was gonna talk about some Somnium 11, which I backed the Kickstarter for because I want it on PC because I don't do mobile games. I really try to avoid mobile games. But Good to know that I was close. I forever will regret not backing the Kickstarter for it. I forgot about it. I had it like on my saved like remind me thing, and then my ADHD still forgot, and so I never got to back it to get the guide. But that's okay. I don't need a guide. I just need to play and put millions of hours into this. But that's okay. We still got this. But it never hurts to look, doesn't it? Thanks, Serena. I could just pop inside and avoid making eye contact with that gorgeous blazer I've had my eye on for the past 2 weeks now. It shouldn't be too hard, right? I'm a shopper on a mission today with no room for anything else in mind. That is, until I pass by the Avanti Prestige store. I take one look at the window, but I don't see Ettore. I guess Signore placed him inside the scarf section again today. As I try to peek into the door, a muscular man in a designer suit walks right past me in a rush. Huh? By the time I whip my head to find him, he's gone. Whoa, where did he go? He did seem like he was in a big rush. He's the kind of man who would have Ettore's deep voice and mannerisms. Except sometimes Ettore's manners aren't always the most human. Speaking of Ettore, I don't see him in the back displays either. Did he move somewhere else? Or did he... I tried switching around for that man again, but he's nowhere to be found. Gah, Ettore has to still be around. I'm sure I can find him later. I keep walking, my eyes sparkling for each store window I pass. I'm soon approaching Anne Paradiso's colorful window display featuring the velvet models in plaid, knits, and merino wool knee-highs. Ooh, they're going for an academia look for their newest collection. I'm sure Velvet's going to be excited to be decked in something scholarly. I just hope she doesn't get any ideas about using them to sneak into the university next. That would be amazing. Like a nice DLC side episode of Velvet Goes Exploring School. I don't know if I'll be able to help her escape on my own. I get ready to search for Velvet within the display, but to my surprise... Wait, she's not with the rest of them. Is she inside near the fitting rooms? As I try to take a peek from the door, a gaggle of shoppers exit past me, sporting neon, pink, and Paradiso bags. One of the girls casts a glance at me, revealing a pair of stunning blue eyes before offering to take her friend's other bags alongside hers. Watching them for a moment, I feel strangely nostalgic all of a sudden. Oh, look at them! Times like these, I wonder if I'm due for a group shopping date by myself. If only Abra can also finally get some time off, and maybe we can call up a few other friends. Maybe Velvet might also want to come along. My gaze flutters back to the display. I'll have to ask her when I see her next then. I marvel at the display one more time before heading off again. The mall's sights and sounds continue to seize my attention no matter where I look. Even I'm no match for Wonder Daisy's alluring buy 3 get 1 free signs curtaining the store. Wonder Daisy's having a flash sale again. I should really replenish a few scents and lipsticks while I have the chance. But God, I really want to visit St. Cascata first. I'll definitely have to pass by as soon as I'm done scouring the end of the mall. Besides, I still need to get my usual midnight selfie while I'm there. Girl, you need to chill on those midnight selfies. Except, where is Midnight? I don't see him all the way from here. I'm used to spying him all the way from the doorway, and yet I don't see him on display. Huh, that's strange. Pretty sure his collab is still supposed to be going on. I try to get a closer look, but it's not like I can even ask, Opera at the moment while she's with a customer. Gah, no matter. I'll just have to pop back in here for later for sure. There's a good chance Abra has probably tried to move him elsewhere to get a break from him. Poor Abra! Or maybe I should double check and see if anyone's tried visiting my place while I'm away right now. As I get to checking on my phone, I see a shock of vermilion hair from the corner of my eye. I immediately turn around just as a man rushes into the oncoming crowd, bopping to the music. Wait a minute. Is that him? I step away from the store trying to watch the man resurface from the crowd. God, I don't see him anywhere. But that couldn't have been him. Could it? Whoever that was had the same hair color, but surely more people would have noticed the Midnight Maiden strolling down the mall. If his mannequin wasn't even safe from fans, how would the real deal be any safer in plain sight? I still have to look back at how far I've walked and all the shops I've passed by. I'm sure I'll see them soon, right? Whether they'll be human or plastic by the next time I do, something tells me that they've always been destined to find their happiness. So doesn't that mean I should be finding mine too? In that case, maybe it does start with getting myself to St. Cascata and treating myself to something nice, even if I'm only saving 10% today. After all, a discount is still a discount. So what I will save on for today can be used for tomorrow's happiness, and onward. Fortunately, you did not get far enough in any route to achieve a kiss. Dang. That is okay. Well, that will be it for today. Thank you all so much for joining me on this wild ride called Classic Trick. I love this game. I'm definitely going to be replaying it. I have to definitely try and get Velvet's Kiss. I definitely want to try and get a Tori's Kiss. And of course, I'm going to try for Midnight because I'm a sucker. I'm a curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat. We'll see. We'll see. But this was fun. This week we'll be back to playing Dragon Age the Veilguard. Next Sunday, I'm still debating what dating sim to play. There's Side of the Abyss I still have to play, or there's a few other games on my list. I'm blanking out the names. Oh well. I have so many games piled up that I need to play with you guys, so with you all. So we'll have to see. So yeah, of course, thank you again for joining me, Lost Pockies. I'm so glad you were here and got to see me play. I can't speak highly of this game enough. I'll definitely be posting like some screenshots. I've been taking so many screenshots during stream. Thank you everyone for being here. If y'all don't mind hanging out with me for a few more seconds, I'm gonna raid out to someone to send them some love. So let me go do that. I'm gonna just X out of this. Perfect. Let me X out of that. Let me go find someone to raid into really super quick because we just want to share some love. And yeah, thank you all again for being here. I hope you all stay safe, stay healthy. We have, let's see, trying to find someone new to, ooh, let's do, oh, they're cute. Dainty Bean, they're playing Fields of Mystria. Let's raid into them to continue our cozy Sunday. But yeah, stay safe, stay healthy. I hope to see you again next time. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hopefully it's a nice, chill day. But anyway, bye for now. See you later, and we'll talk again soon.